What's up, all you beautiful people? What's up, Mr. Portier? Hey, Simon, I'll put the link in the Doc Salem chat group if you want to come in, buddy. What's up, Mr. Money? Mr. Money. Yep, that's the goddamn dogs.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yeah, I have 3 rows.
So,
Your Buick has Apple CarPlay. Where do I plug in?
wireless.
That's so you. What do I do with these? Careful, it's kind of busy.
So I got this with my superpowers.
And will help.
Got this my superpowers. What's up, Edwin? There we go. It's a lot better. I like having music in the background. I just don't like having it loud for the moment. Anyway. Where are my fucking headphones? Hold on, guys. Wait a minute. What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Couldn't find my fucking headphones. It sucked. It was horrible. I was lost for a second.
How many more of these covers you got left?
I think I got 3 more after this one, or
You
4
finishing
more.
them all up on stream?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I figured I'd do it. You know, it'd be cool though, is if like the last cover was finished on stream number 9, part 9
Right.
of the Non-Devils sketch cover series.
You did
Yeah.
2 yesterday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can do that shit for sure.
Shit was coming out good too. Like seems like the more I'm playing with it, the more depth I'm getting at color pencils.
Right.
So what you up to, dude?
Nothing, man. What did I do today? Nothing. At the Walmart.
You still working?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Like outside the house, or you working from home?
No, just outside the house every once in a while. I don't have to work all the time. It would be nice.
Your wife support you?
Well, we all support each other.
I think you just winked. Did you just wink? Like,
My butt.
nah, we it's I don't think it's been that rough like lately. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like
lately, nah, it's not.
I think because of the new president, like because Biden got in office, I think people are a little more hesitant to spend money. And I think that's why a lot of the campaigns haven't been getting funded like they probably should be. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that might be it? Because I was wondering, I was like, why is this happening?
Why they're not getting as much money?
Yeah.
Right. One, I think they're not exposing themselves enough.
Yeah, but can't you get arrested for that?
Huh? Yeah, I'm sure you can. And the no one's done 100K, but Shane and the people get pushed hard by Ethan's are the only ones making big ass money.
Honestly, I don't even I haven't seen a lot of those guys. Like, of course, like Andy Smith or somebody. Actually, I don't even think Andy Smith made 100K with his campaign.
Which book is Andy Smith again?
Andy did fucking, what was it called? It was I can't remember, dude. Like let me look it up real quick. Maybe it'll be under Andy Smith. Because I mean, Andy Smith's he's kind of sort of famous because of Bart Sears, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh no, dude, he's at $19,000.
Well, I know what's his name, point five. He was saying last night he did 70K. So there are a few exceptions. That are
Yeah.
hitting pretty decent numbers.
Honestly, I don't think Peregrine got a big push from Ethan either.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
I'm just
Not
saying,
like-
outside of that, there's only been Peregrine and the Bancroft brothers. They actually did pretty decent, like 30, 40K, I think, Australian.
Yeah. William did good.
Yeah, but I think shipping kind of sucked for him. I think he probably took a big hit.
Yeah, but he still broke $50,000.
Well, in terms of funding, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure shipping, if I had to fuck him up.
But then again, I mean, he did offer a 200-page book. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But honestly, when I looked at that book, I mean, I thought about backing it, but then I was like, I'm not a huge manga fan to begin with, right? And I was like, if I back this book, yeah, I mean, I got a 200-page book, and it's decently done. Like, fucking, your boy did a decent job on the artwork. But I mean, you're looking at, I think it was $35 or $40 for the book. And so it was a little bit more than the $25 novels that we've been putting out. But after everything was said and done with shipping and everything, I mean, I was looking at like paying almost like $80 or $90. Yeah.
That's insane.
With tax, so I couldn't do it, dude. Like I really thought about it. I was like, God damn it. I want to support him, but I just can't do it. Yeah.
He should have had someone he knew that he could trust with all his U.S. orders to ship them for him.
Yeah, that would have been the. Actually, he should have talked to Critical Blast about that.
Does he do that?
Actually, he does that. He does that for people out of town.
I got
Like
a 15 by 15.
He hasn't.
Shed I built. I need to finish.
Yeah, he hasn't broken the formula for getting U.S. books and like out into the wild of international waters. But as far as international books into the U.S., he's like, if they can just get them over to him, he'll be able to ship them out to everybody in the U.S. And they would save a fuck ton of money on shipping.
Yeah. I can't. Even Charlie's London. I hope, because I imagine that's going to be expensive for her as well.
I'm telling you, dude, they gotta hit up Critical Blast. Like that dude. I'm totally down with what he's doing. I just wish he could do it the other way around too. You know what I'm saying? Like, get U.S. books out to international backers.
Now, is Critical a UK guy or no?
No, dude, he's in the States. You never seen Critical Blast? Like his shows?
Maybe once or twice.
He's a great guy. He does it out of his basement while his mother lives in the upstairs.
Brian Sloan.
No, I have no idea if that's what's going on. What up, Billy Basco? Yeah.
So is this just a single individual character in the book?
Yeah, this is this character right here. Hold on. I think it's Lando. Good progress at the tattoo shop today.
You still practicing, or are you doing people yet?
No, I'm not doing people. I've only been doing it for like a couple of weeks. So, but they said I've made like some serious improvement. So it's yeah, that's him right there. Endo, that's his name. And, so there was a few characters in Non-Devils that were minor characters that weren't really introduced. They were just there. Like that's part of the world. They'll be explained later. Like Brahma. I don't know. Yeah. And, that dude, Fane. I actually had a relief artist for this book because I was working a full-time job at the time. So I did some of it. I had my relief artist come in and do the pirate ship, this airships and shit like that. And
right. Like, okay. Yeah.
Then I came back in and did the rest of it. The guy that I got to do it, I was highly disappointed in what he gave me because he was, hey, what's up, Don? You want to come in? Go look into the Doc Salem show group. But I was disappointed because he's the guy who did Johnny Monster for Image Comics, right? And I was like, God, this shit is fucking amazing, right? Like Johnny Monster's the shit. And he said that he said he doesn't do that style anymore. Like he only does like shitty art now.
Right.
I was like this free flow style, and I was like, dude, I was like, come on, no, I don't want your free flow style. I'm paying you. I want Johnny Monster, motherfucker. Yeah. And so he relented and gave me his Johnny Monster style, a little bit of it anyway. Like it was totally misleading though. Like the guy's in Italy, right? And what he was showing me on his with his portfolio and everything was phenomenal, dude. Like he had some serious shit. But the final product wasn't that. So I was like, nah, dude, come on. That's bullshit.
Do you think a lot of folks? So you were saying yesterday when that dude was filling in for the Frankenstein book or the Frankenstein book yesterday. Do you think the hardcover book you got? What was it?
Oh yeah, that was Kelly Jones and Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah, Bernie Wrightson, the guy who filled it in for him at the end. Do you feel? What do you think that does to a book?
Well, they had no choice. Bernie was dying. Like,
right.
I see, like my Swamp Thing poster. I got that because they were trying to raise money for Bernie's medical bills. Like,
right,
you know, he had brain cancer, and his final surgery like took away his ability to draw. Like he was basically lobotomized at that point. And so they got Kelly Jones to come in, but the problem is, I think that was a popularity contest. I don't think that was like, you know, who's the best man for the job. You know what I'm saying? Because Kelly Jones is really, really, really good. If you don't know who Kelly Jones is, Kelly Jones did Batman Red Rain, and he also did you remember when Azrael took over the Batman mantle, and it was kind of like Optimus Prime Batman at that point. Like he had the Optimus Prime helmet. Yeah. He had the armor. That was Kelly Jones. Kelly Jones did all that. Well, not all of that, but he did a lot of those issues. He did all the covers. That's what he did. I don't know if he did the interior art. I know he did the covers. But Kelly Jones has a wildly fucking stylized technique for his artwork. He's not Bernie Wrightson. And I think if they would have got the best man for the job, they would definitely settle down on Tim Vigil. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at some of his black and whites, and he looked like he really focused on like this Batman with the gargoyle and everything.
You talking about Kelly Jones?
Yeah, the one who filled in for Bernie.
Yeah, Kelly Jones is amazing, but
you could have brought what this picture was to that what he did, because it's not what this picture is.
If you want to share your screen, I'll go ahead and show it
I'll
all.
do that real quick.
But you got to realize too, like they were trying to. I think all of them knew like that was going to be Bernie's last story, like comic ever, right? So what Kelly Jones tried to do, it looks like he tried to take Bernie's thumbnails and just blow them up and like incorporate Bernie's thumbnails. And it's kind of like what I'm doing with Six Gun Gorilla, fucking Adrian's pencils, his thumbnails. Yeah, that's Kelly Jones, but it's wildly different than Bernie Wrightson. Yeah, he's heavy on shadows.
Like if he could have brought this right here,
I don't know. I think Sam Keith is way more cartoony than and so way more experimental than Bernie Wrightson. You know what I'm saying? Like Don Chin just said that. He said Sam Keith would have been has a Bernie Wrightson-esque type
like
of
early Sam Keith or.
Maybe I don't know,
maybe
but
middle Sam Keith. You talking about like Wolverine day and age Sam Keith?
Oh, I have no idea. That's Don saying
Mr.
that.
Don.
But I think Sam Keith might have been too. But Sam Keith is an amazing artist. Like I have nothing against Sam Keith, but he's not Bernie Wrightson. He doesn't come from that era, you know. And he's his style isn't that old school like. Almost like a EC type of horror look to his art, you know. but Tim Vigil is. It's just that he puts cocks on everything. You know what that's missing? That's missing a cock. Put a cock on. Like if he was working on Bugs Bunny, he would put a cock on Bugs Bunny. He'd be like, yeah,
That's terrible.
just this thing, dude. That's what he does. It's
Yeah, I love the horror thing. Preston, you're doing everything. Is everything going to be under horror comics?
What? Wait, everything
For
is going to be
yourself,
what?
for your projects?
I kind of I'm not a superhero guy anymore, dude. Like I'm just not down with. I don't feel
I'm not
like
either.
that's.
Well, I guess I meant your publishing press because it says horror comics. Your publisher. Is that yours?
I know. No,
What
where
is
do you
it?
see that at?
For Doc Salem, what is it?
Oh no, that's for Non-Devils.
Nine Devils.
Yeah, Non-Devils was I think that was that under horror comics or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, one of them was.
I,
But that's not yours. That's not yours.
I probably put that on there because I was looking at Phil's space, but it's I don't have a label. Like I never even thought about a label. I was just like, do I want a label? You know, why can't it just be Doc Salem? You know what I'm saying? Like,
But you do got an LLC for your art sales and everything. Clearly.
no, I've always done it
Everything-
independent. You know?
Oh,
Yeah, I
set up a
don't.
damn LLC or a company.
I thought about it, but then at that point, you're on. Look, I know people who did that, and everything was going great, right? They fucking before they had their LLC, right? They were making money, everything was great. Then they got an LLC, and the government was like fucking tracking their Facebook. They were tracking their sales on everything, and I'm like, I don't think I want that. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing with an LLC. Like, I think the only time you really get breaks is when you hire people, you know, because they want your business to employ more people, you know? And with people like me, I'm the product and I'm also the salesman, you know, and I'm the producer. So I don't, there's no way I can hire somebody to help me, you know?
Yeah, under the table work. Understood.
Well, my here's the thing. Like my wife's cousin, right? She had a jewelry business, right? She was doing these necklaces and pieces and all this kind of shit. And she was doing great, right? She was making a little bit of money. She was doing like these little like sidewalk shows and shit like that, and had some boutiques that were buying her stuff, and she never told my wife that she filed for an LLC, right? And did everything she had to do to go ahead and register her business, and then she got an email from the IRS concerning her Facebook page, and they were all the sales she was making, and that she never claimed that on her taxes, you know, and they went back and they fined her for that, you know, and it was fucked up, dude. Like she went through some hell on that one, dude. And so I don't want to do an LLC because I don't need the government tracking me. I know I sound like a conspiracy theorist right now, but like I know that shit happens.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Shit, that's fine.
Yeah. What's up, Sim?
What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm enjoying myself, working, doing a little bit of digital painting, and just got off stream. That's why I didn't jump in right away.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I'm going to be doing these all week, dude. Like I'm planning on finishing these up like this coming week. But I figured like if you guys had anything you want to promote or talk about or anything like that, because music gets old. Like music, it doesn't really entertain me or keep me going while I'm doing artwork. It kind of for a little while I'll do it, but then my brain starts getting bored with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm talking about. That's when you turn to audiobooks. But
other audiobook, I start putting like binge watching anime or series and stuff like that, or movies you've seen a whole bunch of time that you don't actually have to look.
Exactly. I tried that last night with movies, and I got hit by a copyright
Oh yeah.
But you know what? They rescinded it. So it the video's up. Like the video we did yesterday's up with the
Yep.
with the anime that we were playing. So
But they're probably just gonna restrict it in a certain area or something.
well, I don't. It was a public domain anime. You know, it
Okay.
was really really fucking old. You know, and I don't know why they. I think whoever was monitoring. I don't know if is it a bot that does it or is it actually a person.
I think it's a mix of both.
Yeah, because I think somebody caught it and they were like, "Whoa, the fuck, dude." Yeah,
Like bots that track anything that's animated, and they would have to figure it out. But it's the same thing if somebody flags it.
yeah. You think somebody might have reported it or something like that? Like,
Well,
they
probably
did
not.
these
I
things.
think it's probably a bot.
Yeah. So what are you doing right now, dude? You're, I mean, like, what are you promoting? You got anything to promote, or you're just
But technically, I'm promoting Kelson and Adverse. We're still in demand. We're still waiting. The guys are. Sorry, Scotsman's finishing up the last 4 pages of colors on the Nat and Zed. Then all that's left is the remastering of the colors of the 2 first stories. Then we're ready to go to print.
Let me ask you something about Tales from the Natverse because I was looking at it. It feels like it's your old work. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it your old work or is that new work that you just put together? You know?
It's half of it is old work and half of it is new.
Okay. Yeah, because it doesn't like the style. It looks like your same style, but it doesn't look finesse like finesse.
No,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
have
Like,
you have 3 stories that are stuff that came out between 2012 and 2015,
yeah. See, that
And-
makes more sense to me. Yeah.
and
because I was like,
then you have the Royal Rumble one that I made during the campaign of Blood Hunt,
yeah,
and Nathan Zed is the newest is the new 20-page story.
cool.
So it's the 2 new ones is the Royal Rumble and Nathan Zed.
Yeah, you had some pretty good layouts on there too. Like I was looking at the like you showed up some pages before where Nat was in the he was in this flying car, yeah.
In
And
what?
what it was like a spaceship or a flying car, like he was
Mhm.
going through a city. And
Yep.
I was like, I remember seeing like he either somebody fell out, he pushed somebody out the car or something like that, and he came back and caught him or some shit like that. But it was
There's where
well,
he flies in with a ship and then he drops out of the ship and he lands while rolling and shooting people from both sides.
something like that. It all took place in the air. You know what I'm saying? And I was
Oh.
like, and it was really well executed. Like I was like, whoa! I was like, check this out. It's strutting his stuff a little bit. It was like executing this stuff, dude. It's like,
But did you see the? Hold on, let me show you those. I don't know if you saw those. Those are the last page I can show from the Nat and Zed story that Scotsman gave me. Oh.
He won't allow you to show anymore. Like,
No, it's me who can't. Otherwise, we get into sport. We get into too many spoilers. That's already a little spoiler, but you know what I mean.
nah, I get what you're saying, dude. I'm busting your balls a little bit.
So if you want to share my screen, you're gonna see it better. And
Yeah, let me see here. Let's see, hold on. Let me put you on full screen.
oh damn, it's the lower res. Let me find the other one.
I'm digging. Scotsman did those colors.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm digging that. I like his double lighting. He does a really good job on that.
There you go. The high res one.
When he's not doing crack, he does.
You think his color is changing? That's a good one there.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
The first panel is pretty badass, dude. Like that's some
Yeah.
high level shit
'Cause-
right there.
Yeah, I wanted to, like they're into like like the Planet 69 area where it's a strip club. Like he just walked out of Boobarama, picked up the
Cool.
date, right? So I'm like, he needs to have like he wanted to put like really flashy colors because of the place. I'm like, okay, but if you do that, you have to have that clash of colors like you would get in an anime or something.
Yeah.
Like you have like a really bright orange on one side, like very warm, and the other side very cold.
Yeah, you have to
And
have
you
that ambient light coming off
So
of it.
He pulled it off so goddamn well.
Yeah, no, he did a great job. I like it. The pink's a little weird on the one with the green, but other than that, like I kind of dig it.
Then they come in, cock block him.
Yeah,
Not too happy about it.
that's almost like a Jim Starlin type of character design you have there. with that middle character right there. Actually,
That
all those characters except for the one that looks like Shadowhawk.
That
Yeah,
one here.
yeah, those two right there jumping out. That looks badass.
And then gets a little bullet in the head. Sploop.
Explosive rounds.
And he goes, "Ooh, that was louder than we thought." Like the first time he used it. Oops. Then he's not happy. And she's still in shock. Like, what just happened? And he's in the air just.
That's a great scene too. There, I like that force perspective you put on it.
Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, for an amateur, not.
Well, gee, thank you.
I mean, yeah, Not First is awesome, but Doc Salem's better. So if you go
Okay, no, don't try and compare Doc Salem to Tales in an Adverse. You know what's happening, dude. Don't
You
try and
fuck.
distray people. It's Doc Salem and Blood Hunt. That's what's happening.
What the hell's going on with that? Are you working on it right now, or you gonna have some pages to me soon?
He sent me the first draft of but it's not finished, but the first draft of the script.
Is
I'm
it any
going
good?
over it.
I never read it.
I really like the intro. Like I really like the intro. I still have to finish reading it, but I wanted to finish the Outlaw Night stuff first.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You're doing Outlaw Nights. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the last 9 pages, so that's
That
done.
dude had some rough fucking waves coming through on that one, dude. Like yeah.
And I'm working on a little swimsuit special.
I'm glad that he's getting it done now.
I think that needs to be the new the new ash cans or the add-on for bonus.
You like it
Everyone
that
should
much?
Start adding swimsuit editions.
But it's already my stretch goal. Like it was like at 15K we're adding pages of a swimsuit special for the Adverse, and at 20K was an ash can, like a full 24-page ash can.
Oh, that's cool. 24. That's not an ash can though. That's a comic, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
is it going to be the
Is it
size of a
full
comic?
size? Full size.
But I was thinking of making it like a floppy.
That's what
people-
I want.
That's
people
not an
want-
ash can. It's a
I know, but
floppy.
people wanted an ash can. Me, I wanted to do an ash can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
like
calling it an
digest
ash
size,
can, or
like
is
just
it
a little bit bigger than an actual ash can, digest size. You know, like a
Yeah.
manga.
Oh, okay, cool. That's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, you're confusing everybody with the
Because the ash can's a bit
floppy.
smaller than an actual manga, and digest size is just like a.
All I know is an ash can used to be just previews of whatever
Mm-hmm.
the what was this, like when I got Undead Borders had the ash can that came with it.
Yep.
And it had the character designs, like all the shit from behind, like the behind the scenes stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, this is sweet, you know. I was like, this is badass. And that's another one. Like I've been telling people every time I get a chance, but Undead Borders was so good, dude. Like I just reached the end of it, and those fuckers left it on a fucking cliffhanger. Yeah, when they finished the book up, and I was like, these motherfuckers, dude. I was like, now I got to wait and see if they put out another one. You know?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting one of those cryptonals.
Oh, dude, yeah, I can't wait for that one. That one looks so good. You know,
Mhm.
I got to say this: like 656 has been killing it, dude. With really good stories and good art too. Like they're I never gave Undead Borders enough credit. You know what I'm saying? I kind of wrote it off as another like just
Zombie
kind of
book.
want to be on anime type of book, but it's so much more than that, dude. Like the art's top notch. I think they pulled the wrong pages to show off for it. You know?
I
And,
think it's because people were a bit fed up with the zombie thing when they came out. I think it was just also a moment of timing.
That might have had a little something to do with it,
Yeah.
but me personally, like I was just like, and that's another thing too. Like their concept for the zombies, dude, that was fucking straight up metal, dude. Like fucking, like the ticks, like it all comes from ticks, you know. And I was like, dude, that's badass. Like, yeah, I don't know. I should have promoted that a little bit more, gave them a little bit more space or something like that. It's gonna, or you know, but I didn't know. You know, I didn't know it was going to be actually going to be good. You know, especially for their first book. That was their first title that they put out, and it was fucking amazing. You know,
But haven't them been? They've been doing comics before though. It's their.
have they?
But I'm asking.
I
'Cause
have no
I
idea.
thought
Like,
they've been doing it before, but not on crowdfunding.
oh, all right, yeah.
I'm
Fuck.
not sure.
I mean, if they have, I've never heard of them. But like the shit they put out, like the Undead Border and what I'm seeing of Crypticals.
Because if I remember that project that when they came out with the zombie one, right?
Yeah,
It was already done, and they came in, and then they started working on Kryptonals.
yeah. The Crypticals, dude. I'm getting a page from that book. I'm saying
It
because
looks
that
great, dude. Yeah.
dude, that artwork is so good. Like it has that Junji Ito feel, but it's so much better than Junji Ito's work. You know?
They asked me which one's my favorite cover. I'm like, well, you know what? It's so good that I just like the original cover. I think it's the best.
Brian's here, but nobody knows it because he's hiding behind my logo.
Yes.
By the
So
way,
beautiful,
I heard
Brian.
you pronounce what it was pronounced as cryptils.
Cryptonals? I think that's what it is, right?
No, it's cryptids, bitches.
Is it cryptids?
Cryptids? I think.
No, it's
I
I thought it was
Kryptonals.
Cryptonals.
Yeah, it's Kryptonals.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well.
you fuck.
I
Don't mix it up.
guess I'm the basic bitch here.
There's two cryptid books.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I backed that the moment I saw it. If there's one thing I am a sucker for that I absolutely cannot resist, it's a fucking monster rumble. If you've got monsters in a movie or a comic just beating the piss out of each other, I'm happy as a pig in shit, man.
I think what they based it on was it's all about the what is it? Not fringe, a little bit of fringe science, but also fucking what's it called? It's not zoology, it's cryptozoology. I think that's what it is, right?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
cryptos.
Yeah.
But I think isn't like it's supposed to be kind of a play on criminals, right?
Yep. That's why I put the Kryptonals. Yeah, because the first idea that they had was they were all supposed to be criminals, but that was the
Yeah.
first pitch, and he kept the name because it just sounded cool.
Right.
There
Which
it
it
is.
does.
Yeah.
And what's cool is that we're gonna have good monsters versus bad monsters, and one of the good monsters is La Lorna, the crying.
That's the one that killed her children.
that
or
killed,
kills
yeah, that
children?
like murdered her own child.
Yeah.
So there's got to be like a redemption arc there, or I don't know, a misunderstanding of what actually happened. Like maybe she was possessed when she did it, or when people commit suicide or they do things like murder their children, they're not in the right state of mind,
Yeah.
right?
No,
they're
they're
not in the
not.
right state of mind, and
Here's the thing, though.
what would
Like I'm
happen
looking
to
at these
you-
covers.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I gotta say
No,
this
go
real
right
quick.
ahead.
This is the only one that I really think fits it. Is this cover
Yeah.
right here?
Me too.
right?
That's what I said. The original cover. That's what I.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I really think fits it. But these other covers, I mean, look, I'm not knocking them. They're really well done.
Yeah.
But this is the guy that should be doing the cover.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because
Dude,
this
look at that
artwork
line
is
work.
just fucking amazing, dude. I don't know how long it took him to do all this hashing, but like what he said was it was all done. It's all done traditionally, right?
Could have had
it's-
him finish the book we were just talking about,
Which book?
the Bernie Wright's handbook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If you
This
were-
isn't Bernie's style at all.
I know.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
could've
But
finished
this does
it.
remind me of
There's
it
La
does
Lorna.
remind me of the Frankenstein, the original Frankenstein book. You know, like
Oh,
that
he's
Bernie
clearly a
did.
Bernie fan.
Yeah. But this is so much like fucking Junji Ito, except way better than Junji Ito, dude.
Is
Right.
this guy a young guy or older guy? Is he
I
just
have
getting
no
into
idea.
his style? Do you know?
I don't know, dude. Like I have no clue, but
Well, it's one of the 656 Vatos, isn't it?
Vatos.
Yep.
Vatos,
No.
Vatos Locos.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dudes are killing it, man. It's this looks absolutely badass. This is like one of the few books that's come out in like in the past like 6 months or so where I was like, I gotta have that.
You remember we promoted that book and it was the psychedelic hell book? that I was promoting. You know,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
guy doesn't even know I was promoting, and I was just like, dude, you guys have to try this. You know, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. No,
But-
you're cool that way.
It's no. That's I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's shit like that.
No, I'm
that
not saying you're saying
become
that.
I've become attracted to. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
and shit like this, where it doesn't fit the comic book mold, I guess, of what regular comics as far as superheroes and shit like that's supposed to be.
Dude,
Like
look
it's
at
got
that.
to be kind of odd. You know?
Yeah, it's really idiosyncratic. It's really creepy. It's incredibly detailed. So clearly, you know, this is an artist that's a little bit of a, I think of, I don't know, could we say a
Crazy.
virtuoso?
He's a little crazy. No, I'm kidding. Like, but
But obviously, really skilled, really talented. And what can I say? That this is one of those books. Like we're always talking about black and white books and how we'd like to see more. Would you want to see this? Would you want to see this in color? I wouldn't.
no, dude. If they colored this, it'd be a
Hell
fucking
no.
it would be a
Hell
no way, dude.
No way.
Unless they did something like this, you know, where it's just like a pastelish type
Man,
of look. Yeah.
Here's the thing about comic book art. I really like the stuff that has a handmade quality to it. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where you
Mhm.
can see like the pencil lines. I love comic book art that isn't neat, but has a lot of heart and presence to it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's why.
It's like,
That's why your sketch cards, they're made out of pencils.
oh, thank you,
They're
Sim.
made out of paper with
Thank
pencils.
you, thank you, sexy Sim. I appreciate that shit, bro.
You're welcome.
We were
These
look, we
guys
were-
ain't they're not
taking a
holding
look-
back either. It's 132 pages on this, dude. You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Dude,
they said on stream this morning, I think that they were on halfway through.
Yeah.
fucking
And
sick.
it looks like the guy who did this cover art is also the guy who did the interiors.
It looks
Yeah.
like it, but that cover does sell it, and I mean that's the one I
Yeah.
want.
Oh, dude, without a doubt. But then you look at the interior art, and even if it's by the same guy, you can tell that this is somebody talented enough where they can fool around in different styles, right? You know, there are a lot of artists in varying mediums that
I'm gonna
you
have
know,
to hire
different-
him to do some Doc Salem stuff, Brian. So stop saying he's good
oh, come
until
on,
afterwards.
dude.
After he's
Come
done
on,
with the Doc
dude.
Salem stuff, you can be like,
You-
"Oh,
yeah.
he's great."
Dude, seriously, if at this point you're still feeling like deep-seated insecurity, I mean, I know I do, right? But that's because I can't look at my shit, just put it out in front of me and be like, oh, well, that's good writing. But you know, Jesus, man, you've become a totally sick talent, Sim. Now that he's also doing stuff with Ink Spots and Beacon, holy shit,
Scotsman.
man. Yeah, and
Yeah, but
Scotsman.
Sim knows
Taking
just
it
as
to the
well
next
as I do.
level.
Like,
You
if
guys
you're
are-
not, if you're an artist and you don't feel insecure about your work,
You're right.
you aren't developing properly at that point.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah. Because I got imposter syndrome to like the nth
But
degree, but that's
it's a-
cool.
It's weird. It's like it's something that I was discussing with my bro, and my bro was trying to explain to kids. It's like it's trying to reach that perfect balance between having that really strong confidence in
Yeah.
in you and your skills and what you know, and never being too confident about your art.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, actually, one of like the biggest compliments I got on the first issue of Six Gun Gorilla, I gave it to a friend of mine who I
'Cause that gorilla
knew.
must have a huge penis. That's what they.
What? Six Gun Gorilla? No, he's a gorilla. Gorillas have small
Hey,
penises, dude.
he makes big holes with big cannons. Isn't it?
He's compensating, yo. Compensating. Yeah, I mean they're not exactly packing rattlesnakes between their legs.
He's compensating, so he got neutered. Got it.
But yeah, they have very small penises. They're also one of the few primates that mates in the missionary position,
Like monkeys.
and it's cute as fuck too when you see them doing it because they're
I
like
don't want to see that.
they're kissing. They're
Cute.
That's crazy. Brian, I'm starting to think you get off on like fucking monkey porn or some shit like that.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Oh,
We've
dude.
already established something in stream before. We're good. when
Yeah,
when
get
him
away from
when him
monkey
and Piper
fucking.
were discussing like where to
Beastars.
draw the line between the transformation of a man and a werewolf, where they would still have sex, and it was pretty goddamn far.
I'm telling you, man, that werewolf chick in
Pops Van
in
Zandt in the
Wolves.
chat.
Yeah, hell yeah, I would. Yeah, damn right I would. See, that would turn me into a werewolf too, though.
You just remembered that stream.
Oh yeah, how could I forget that shit?
Dude,
Yeah,
I
no,
just
it's
came, I
funny.
just came in out of nowhere going, "You are a freaking furry."
Right? And then we start talking about like Beastars, and I'm just like digging
Yeah.
myself deeper and deeper and deeper.
No,
I'm not a furry,
I'm not a
but
furry, but Beastar.
Beastars is awesome.
And he's
What I like
just
doing,
there
I
too
love
busy
it.
with the shovel.
Oh man, yeah, no, without a doubt. Now, this page that we're looking at is that Sasquatch, or is that like a Wendigo, or I think it's a Wendigo.
I think it might be a Sasquatch or something like that.
Might
Like
be
I
Bigfoot,
think this is one of the main villains in here. In fact, I know Dogman goes up against this one right there. Yeah, there he is, right there. And
Yes,
this is just so good, dude.
Dude.
Like,
it's like the remake of the Wolfman that came out years ago.
yeah.
I liked that movie. I enjoyed it a lot more than I should have. Yeah, Sugar Chris. Yeah.
Okay, Preston,
Bust
you
it.
need
Bust
to
it.
get that. You need to get that little "the more you know" video into your StreamYard. Because I think that's gonna be a fun thing.
You missed yesterday, Sam. So
Made it.
Brian hates strip clubs, and he doesn't like strippers.
I
like
hate
jumping
strip
all
clubs
over
the
him
way
and
they
shit.
are now. I don't like strip clubs. I like titty bars. It's a difference there, okay?
Jesus Christ! But gorilla porn is totally in.
I'm telling you, man. Look
They
at
kick.
do a YouTube search and they're friggin' adorable.
There's
you're very.
in no
busted it
universe
out.
am I doing a fucking YouTube search on chimpanzees having sex, dude.
Oh,
That's-
dude! But there's
Yeah,
that
but-
picture. There's that picture that
No.
I found on Tay Interwebs that I'm obsessed with. Have you seen that?
Jesus
It
Christ,
looks like
dude,
these
you are
severed chimp heads.
so gonna get busted by the government for having animal porn.
You know, I had a friend that used to find that shit hilarious. I could never look at it. He thought it was terrible. I was
That's
like, yeah, keep that
crazy.
shit away. Keep that shit away from me.
So even the dog is barking at your conversation.
No,
So
they're
let's,
fighting.
let's go
I
back
got
to
a-
Arnold real quick. What do y'all think about Tom Palmer?
They're fighting. I got a mutt that looks exactly like Loki. Yeah.
What?
And, yeah, his name's Monster. Hold on 1 second. I'll put
Yeah,
it
who
on
are
the screen.
dude? You I don't think you've ever introduced us to your dogs. That's cold blooded, son.
Ah, whatever. Let's see here. Let me see if I can
whatever.
get this down. I'm saying Dobermans are notoriously shy when it comes to
Yeah.
being on cam. So
Yeah,
they
they're
would make
sweet
very
dogs.
bad cam girls, is what they would. Yeah.
I'm looking for that picture, man. I'm gonna show you that thing. It's
No, you're
fucking
not.
amazing.
Well, I'll show you my screen. Oh shit!
There we go.
It's not anything.
I see the
gross.
light.
Oh, I got like jack shit done for work today.
So there's
That's
Loki.
okay. All right, show my screen real quick.
Oh yeah, let me see.
There's Monster. Come here, Monster.
Hey, Preston.
Oh,
God damn.
Can you hear Jay Money?
Where's he at? There he is. You see him?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's a cutie pie.
He looks exactly like Loki. My daughter brought him over here.
Yeah.
Oh, and wait.
Oh. Oh, he's
My
giving you that
mother
look.
won't let her keep him at the house. So
Oh, he just gave you the look of love. I'd say he's like right at home.
he kind of moved in and he just
Yeah.
never left.
The
The only thing that kept him here is that he looks exactly like my Doberman, except pint sized.
Well, you know, I mean, I often think that that's the best way to get a critter is just to kind of have them fall into your life. But
Well, he's a puppy, so he chews shit up.
oh, he's still a
he doesn't,
poopy.
He's
a
only
big
6 months old, but
Oh
he's
my
not going to grow
God.
much bigger than that because his paws are so goddamn tiny. You know?
Mm. I love when they're puppies and they get to that stage where they have like giant feet.
I love watching puppies have sex. That's what you meant to say. That's what you were trying to say. You were trying to say you love them.
Yeah,
You
feel
sick
free to
fuck.
put words in my mouth. I'm gonna find the fucking
Just put
picture.
kibble in there.
So badass. Man, watch this. This filthy, disgusting, vomit-worthy, misogynistic,
Tomb of Dracula.
nihilistic.
Who did that? Is that Gene Colan?
Jerry. That's coming up because of
Tom
Jerry. Not Jerry Thomas.
Dude, that werewolf scene was fucking amazing. Like the
Yeah.
transformation.
Yeah, Gene Colan did the whole thing. Did that whole.
I'm gonna have
Did
to
the
kick
whole
these truckers
series.
out. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, all needy.
They gotta go.
All needy sounding. Oop. But yeah. Oh, Jerry
That
Conway.
was good.
I don't know if you guys heard about what Jerry Conway said about anime and manga.
Yeah, I replied the violin. Remember, this is. Do you know what this is? The smallest violin playing for you.
But it's like that's a dude that he's like one of those guys that if I ever met him, I would say like thank you for making comic books for me when I was a kid that didn't talk down to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the guy's like a legend. He wrote so many of like my favorite Marvel horror comics, and it was comics like Tomb of Dracula. That's what got me reading comics.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like disappointing as fuck. It's like, really, dude? I don't understand artists that are in favor of censorship.
Well, I think all of them are cucked out. Like that co-Punisher creator guy yesterday. He
That's what I'm
created the
talking
one
about.
with the
Yeah.
big titties. He created all the other characters.
Yeah. He also created. I mean, he's got to be like cartoonishly rich because he created
Who?
Law and Order.
Which one?
The co-creator of Punisher that was complaining.
Yeah, Jerry Conway.
He was talking about how essentially what's going on with anime needs to stop.
Yeah, because they're
Yeah.
misogynist and they're this and they're that, and nobody's paying
He's trying to
attention.
stop someone creating something in their house. This whole come at your house and hold your hand while you draw thing is it's like they're trying to put what they impose onto you in the office at your fucking house. It's like, I'm sorry.
Yes. Dude, you know what it's about? Dude, it's all
They
about
got
control.
rid of those little bastards.
It's all about control, man. It's all about control.
Mm-hmm.
After I beat them.
Well, you had to beat on your dogs a
I had
little?
to beat the dogs a little bit.
Just kick them over like a cow.
Did you give him the cattle prod?
Actually, I had to get a shock collar for him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had to. I mean, there's just
For the
certain
little one?
things. Even my big one had to have one when he was a puppy.
Right.
Because there's certain things that they just don't want to learn. So I tried it on my brother before.
Oh,
That's okay. That makes sense, you know.
No, I mean some
That's
people
not
have a
felony
problem with
child
shock
abuse.
collars and shit like that. I don't have a problem with them at all.
is it underground?
No, that's a invisible fence. I had one of those too for my dude. Funny story. So check this out. I had 2 Alaskan Huskies when me and my ex-wife were together. Right?
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah, and when we got divorced, she knew I loved those dogs, so she made sure that they disappeared. And yeah, she did that. It was yeah. And I was like, "You motherfucker!"
Oh, wow.
Women can be vindictive, dude. They can be
Yeah, you
seriously
think?
fucking vindictive.
I knew
Huh?
that.
Yep.
That's some next level shit.
Nah,
That's
dude, I'm
personal.
telling you, it's more common than you think. But yeah,
I
she
know.
did that. She was like, "Okay, you motherfucker." And look, I never did anything wrong. What I did wrong was I walked away from the relationship after she decided to go follow on a couple of cocks. But so anyway,
that's grounds for dismissal. Hell yeah.
So I put an invisible fence in because my husky kept getting out. You know, they would dig underneath the fucking wooden fence. They would go and kill a sheep.
They need a lot of exercise.
You know, but they would go kill farm animals. So I was like, "No, I can't."
Oh,
do
for
that.
real?
I'm gonna get shot. Yeah.
Oh
And,
god.
So I put the invisible fence in, and one of them was I had 2 males, Sox and Remus. Yeah, and
Ramus.
So you have to shock them. You have to. They have to know that if they get close, they have to know that if they hear that beep, it means back the fuck up. You know,
Right.
And they have to know that if that beep goes too many times, that they're going to get electrocuted. Yeah.
Right.
So I put in the electric fence. I mean, the invisible fence, electric fence, whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I was like, let me always test those collars on myself before I put them on them.
That's
And
cool.
I didn't know there was a dial on the inside of the collar.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, my brother was over, and I was like, let me see how bad this really is. And that fucker sent a shock, dude. Like my arm just went fucking numb. So I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I can't put that on my dog.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
maybe my wife. I don't.
The kids, you know.
We installed one of those. I installed, and my granddad installed about 1,000 or 1,500 square foot electric fence under the ground for my dentist. And
for your dentist, like to keep your dentist from walking away. Was that...
No, my granddad had it in his hand. And he cranked that shit up to 7 or 8, and he just like put his hand over it, and he's like, I had to grab his shirt and pull him backwards because
dude. Like when we were kids, we used to piss on an electric fence just to see what it'd be like,
Yeah, I touched it. I knew somebody who had
funny
goats.
story. You can't stop peeing when you pee on an electric.
Yeah.
I never tried that, but I did like touch my
happening
BB
here?
gun to an electric fence, and it was very, very low wattage, right? And because it was designed to keep some goats in, right?
Yeah.
And I just went. My friend's just like, go ahead, touch that with your BB gun. Okay, bing, and like the shock went through my arm, and it just felt numb.
Oh, it's fucking insane, dude. But anyway, like the story, at that point I realized there was a dial on the inside of the motherfucker, and they all come preset at 100. You know what
Oh
I'm
my
saying?
god!
Like
Oh my
they
god.
they come set to 11. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's
So I was like,
poor dogs.
I was like, all right. So I adjusted it. I put it down to like 2 or something like that. And I got shocked again with it. And I was like, okay, yeah, they can take this. So I put it over there, and one of my males was such a fucking wuss, right? After he got shocked, he wouldn't leave the house. He never peed for 3 days.
Oh no! Oh,
he
poor
was
thing.
He was like, no, I ain't fucking leaving, dude. He was like, because I know if I go outside. So I had to physically pick him up and bring him outside. And at that point, I had to dig the invisible fence up and throw it away because I can't have my dogs being traumatized like that.
No, that's not cool, dude. That's really
that's
not cool.
up, dude. But yeah,
man.
It was a trip. Yeah.
Oh Jesus, man. Yeah. Speaking of like shock collars, I read an article recently by a guy who's like a futurist, and he's like one of those guys who writes for the New York Times, writes books and shit about like what he thinks the future is going to be like, and so he also is paid
will come with shock collars
to give lectures, right?
Their head up.
And so he thinks he's going like, because they're paying him like a ridiculous amount of money, something like like $300,000 to like give a lecture. He thinks he's walking into a lecture hall. He doesn't. He walks into a room. In that room, there's a round table and maybe about like 6 or 7 guys hanging out. And it's all, like he's like, I can't give names, but he basically was like, yeah, it's like Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, like these dudes, right?
I can't give names, but it was Mark Zuckerberg.
Right? It's just like, anyway, so these guys were like, okay, here's the thing. We know that everything's going to go to shit, and we're not even going to try to stop things from going to shit. We just want to know, what do we do when everything goes to shit? Because these guys have private islands and all that shit. But the thing is they have mercenaries. And when everything goes tits up, what's to stop the mercenaries from looking at them and going, wait a second, why do we need you again? And just dumping them out of a helicopter. Right?
Yeah.
So they're like, well, how do we do it? Like, how do we avoid that?
How do we navigate these waters?
He said, very simple. Be nice. He said, be nice to your mercenaries. Get to know them.
Yeah, be nice.
Hey, Joe, like, how's your daughter doing? Or like, like be good to them. Pay them a good salary. Get to know them, blah, 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 blah. These motherfuckers did not want to hear it. They were like, whatever. Okay, what about explosive collars? What about shock collars? And he was just like, well, They were pissed at him because they were like we just paid you like $300,000 for just to hear that bullshit. Yeah, just like be nice to your employees. It does not fucking
Does
compute.
not compute.
Fuck those guys.
I don't know, dude. I that story sounds a little weird. Like, I
Sounds
hope.
like a movie.
No, I mean
Are you trying to promote the next Six Gun Gorilla? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. There is a James Bond villain in that, right? Because these guys sound like James Bond villains,
Lord
and
Nemesis.
that's what I needed for the new Six Gun. Needed kind of like a Bond villain, and
We got
holy
a
shit,
pretty
man!
good bit of people in the chat today. I'm
going
sorry,
on?
Brian. You know me.
No, it's all good, dude.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying illustrating that?
I'm enjoying your face, Brian. So beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
he's like
Thank
an
you,
angel,
J-Dog.
isn't
You're
he?
an angel. Lips like an angel.
Yeah, we got some people, dude. Yotama, the Dark Star, Sugar,
What up, everybody?
Maiden Hell, Lord
What up,
Nemesis.
everybody in the chat?
Yeah, this is
Lord
awesome.
Nemesis.
Lord Nemesis.
Hello, everyone.
I am Lord Nemesis. I was talking about Undead Border a little while ago, and
Yeah.
that was an amazing book, dude. Like, I finished it today. It was great.
Yeah, I'm pissed. I don't think I backed that one. Did I?
I got to be honest, like Vaughn's book and Monster MD. I'll straight the fuck up. Vaughn's book was a little slow in the beginning,
Mhm.
but he was building like character. You know what I'm saying? And after you get past those first few pages, like it's just so good, dude.
That's what I've heard.
And
That's what I'm hearing.
yeah, but I was like, well, it's Vaughn. Let me do it. You know, so I read it and I was like, God, this is so good, dude. But that one and Undead Border was two of the best books I've gotten so far from CG books, you know, like indie books. And
yeah. Did you get Merry Boys?
no, I never got Mary's Boy.
I think that's the best. I think that's like the best book that's come out of the scene so far.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I haven't read it. I missed out on a campaign. Another book that I liked, but I don't think it was the best, was Only Death Can Save Us. You know? I thought it was good. I just didn't think it was I think it was a callback, like a salute to Kirby and Lee's
Sean Byrne and those
yeah,
dudes,
like
right?
no, not Sean Byrne, like Kirby and Lee's Thor, you know, and those books and books like that. But I don't like. But as far as like it, I don't think it was the best. You know what I'm saying? Like you know where I'm going with that. Like it was.
I know exactly.
Fantastically written book, and it was the style of art was great, but it wasn't. It wasn't what I would call something that would be for modern comic buyers or anything like that. You know, see where I'm going with that? Like it fell into that Marvel method type of thing, which is nothing wrong with that. Like it was great. Now I loved reading it. I thought reading it was great, you know, but
it was a throwback though, right?
Yeah,
it's like
it was definitely a throwback book.
Yeah. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with nostalgia. I just think that nostalgia is used best in comics when you're doing something new with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? When you're taking the old shit, like Astro City by Kurt Busiek.
Yeah.
Right. The way he took all of these old comic book characters and sort of reinterpreted them in a more human way. And basically was telling like slice of life stories.
I never read Astro City. Was that any good? Or
Astro City? Classic. Classic.
Yeah, really?
Yes. And Kurt Busiek is a douchebag. He was an asshole to me for no reason online. No reason.
What did you do?
But that doesn't make me think any less of him as a writer. I'm one of those people I could separate the art from the artist.
You got to, because there's so many pricks out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
Like,
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, so people say like never meet your heroes and all this other shit. That's basically bullshit. Most people are pretty cool. The assholes are usually the exception of the rule.
You
The
know what it is?
coolest
Like
story
the people
though.
that people warned me away from
Yeah.
were some of the nicest people I've ever been around. But the people that they didn't warn me away from
Oh shit.
were not that weren't that
Yeah,
nice.
it's weird,
I was
right?
Like, oh, John Bryan's great. Yeah.
Did
Not
you
in
ever hear?
person.
Did you ever hear Sim's story about meeting Mobius, Jean Giraud?
Yeah, you met him at a art show or something like that. Was that it?
It was like a someone's leave, like a book show, like
Yeah.
and thinking I didn't even know who it was, but I knew who Mobius was, but I didn't know who Jean Giraud was. Type of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at his art, and I'm like, and he's talking to me, and until I realized who it was.
Which
And-
was after the fact, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, one of your friends was like, dude, do you
Like
know who you were just talking to?
But the funniest thing is that he never freaking told me.
Yeah. And I know that, like, at first you were kicking yourself in the
Yeah.
ass.
He was asking me
Right?
what I liked about it, and then like he's saying I was kicking myself in the ass for a while until Vinny told me, yeah, but dude, you're complaining because you would have liked to know it was, but you got to know you and you got to know him on the
Yeah.
real to
you met on
real
a-
On a
basis.
personal
Yeah.
level.
You met on a purely human level. You weren't geeking out. And
You know what would have been weird though? Like if he would have like propositioned you like right there and like, hey,
oh snap! Oh snap! Yeah, that's got to be awkward. Oh
Yeah.
my!
like Sim.
Yeah,
What
so
was his accent?
When you're on like the Star Trek cruise and like Sulu's like macking on you big time. Dude, in the private chat, I posted a link to that picture.
Sulu?
No, the picture I was telling you about that's like totally badass. That I'm like kind of
Oh
obsessed.
no,
with.
dude! If it's monkeys having sex, like I definitely
It's
am
not
not
monkeys
down with
having
that,
sex.
Dude. You
They're
fucking
like
weirdo.
They're like these. They're like these chimp masks.
Dude, I'm not looking at chimps having sex. What are you insane? Like
in clown makeup. But they look like these
that's
severed
fucking
heads.
crazy, dude. I'm
In
looking at it
clown
right
makeup.
now. Like, is that real severed heads?
No.
It looks like real severed heads.
I
Are you sure?
know.
Like,
They have to
That's
be
what I'm
real.
saying. That's completely fucked up.
that really does look like severed heads, dude.
Right?
Hold on, wait a minute.
That's just like photorealistic art.
I
That's insane.
that heavy metal Erlang, issue 2 that I got.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's got a Mobius cover, and the interior's got some beautiful Mobius artwork. And dude, the colors in that, I didn't realize it was issue 2 of Metal Erlang. Like I what I was most concerned about was the first appearance. I mean, the first issue of Heavy Metal. When I was at the comic shop, and somebody had brought in a stack of Heavy Metal magazines, right? And one of them was Heavy Metal #1 at the comic shop, right? And he had one Metal Erlant in there, and I was like, well, I got some of these from the stack. I was like, but I don't have any Metal Erlant. I was like, let me get that one, and I'll get this like Heavy Metal #1. It wasn't until I got home that I was like, that's issue 2 of Metal Erlant. You know what I'm saying? I was like, holy fuck, dude.
Hell,
That's
yeah.
number 2 of the beginning of everything.
Yeah, and I was like, and what tripped me out even more was that it was, dude, even now, like we talk about like 50 years later or some crazy shit like that, like the colors and the printing is so vibrant.
Yep.
It's
Yup.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, they
But
printed
dude,
it out-
they
printed it on
went
beautiful
all
paper.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was super high quality. Yeah, I mean, when I got my hands on my first issue of Heavy Metal, it just blew my mind. Mind.
That's the quality we're aiming for with the Inkslayer magazine we're working on.
Hell yeah.
How do you get that quality? Because I haven't seen anything printed that even comes close to it. It's got to be
Right.
offset. You know?
But that's the thing is that it depends because your colorist needs to know how to control everything. Like
Yeah.
in the colors, the gamut, how the color is going to transfer from RGB to CYMK. Because if you color with CYMK, you're going to lose your values of black. So you need to know how to color in RGB and
Well, I
how
can
to
tell you like
convert
this,
it
like-
and how
Interesting.
in offset, it is all like CMYK, right? I mean, I don't think there's any straight colors that they're using. It's straight, it's cyan, magenta, because you can't, like, RGB only works for digital, like television sets, fucking, you know, computer screens and shit like that. That's the only way RGB
but that's what I'm saying.
works.
But
Yeah,
if
so
you
it's designed for
if you know exactly how to read the exact threshold that you need to reach for printing,
Yeah.
and that's what Scotsmen know, and that's what and they're anal about it. They change their gamut, their K values, and everything.
I know
So
you got to be, yeah, because I used
so
to
when
do
it comes
hand
to print, it looks
separations.
exactly the same. Yeah.
I used to do hand separations for T-shirt art, you know, and it was the same thing. And I think back then for the old heavy metal magazines, I think that was all hand separated too, just like Marvel Comics and all that kind of shit. It had to be because they never had computers that could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't forget over there before though they had a freaking setup of like high res pictures, dude. They were taking like
Yeah.
So and they were working on giant fucking pieces at times. So when you reduce it,
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
Yeah,
you get.
DPI is good, is nice as hell.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
you
why
got
I do all
pictures
my.
from the 60s and the 70s of that you can get really good quality to this day because camera of the 35 millimeter and whatnot, the
It's
high
fucking
qualities
amazing,
back then
dude.
were on par with like what HDMI, digital.
I got a 35 millimeter, but I don't know how to use it.
I do too.
So.
Yeah,
Same here. Same here, actually.
But I'm
Yeah,
going to have to because the camera I've been using to transfer my art isn't going to last much longer. So I gotta learn how to use that 30. And it's a really expensive camera, but it's also digital. You know what I'm saying? So it's a 35 millimeter digital camera. It's from 2015. But yeah, dude. Like I gotta do a crash course on that fucker to be able to learn how to use it and light it, because once you start using 35 millimeter, then you get into lighting it properly.
Dude, I've got a book on that actually.
Yeah. And from what I understand, you can go to Harbor Freight and get most of the shit that you need instead of buying like the $1,000 lighting setup that they're selling on eBay. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there's like hacks and that sort of a thing. And what's great, of course, is nowadays with the internet and YouTube, there's tutorials on everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everything you could possibly think of.
This is true.
This is
true.
Yeah. Oh, what was I gonna say? But I liked the other day when you were talking about selling your art, because that's something I always wondered about. It's
like selling art.
Yeah, like creating something beautiful and then like letting it go. And it's because part of me is thinking like, wouldn't you want to hang on to that? Or
there's been very few cases where I was like, I need to hang on to that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a few pieces that I do regret selling, like the Hall of the Monkey King, the Wizard of Oz piece I did.
Oh yeah. I saw that on your website. Yeah.
As soon as I sold that, I immediately regretted it, but I needed the money, and I was like, and actually I redesigned, I redid the sketch twice before I actually did it, and I kept all the preliminary sketches I did for it. And I was actually thinking about trading the guy for the painting back, like doing a commission for him to go ahead and, make up for the money he spent, because he spent a pretty good bit of money on it.
Well, and, you could sweeten the deal maybe with like another painting or something.
That. Well, he already approached me about doing some other work for him, and I was like, yeah, sure, but I haven't decided on how I was going to get that painting back yet, because that's even if he'll even part with it. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy's notorious for not parting with shit after he buys it, and that's the sign of a true collector. That sucks if you sell something that you never meant to sell,
right.
Regret selling.
And then of course there's a consideration that he's like, oh, you want it back? Why do you want it back? Is it because it's valuable?
Yeah, that's another thing too, and you're absolutely right. That is a factor whenever you but. I mean, these guys are buyers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And I've dealt with a few of them that, it's all about the collectability of the piece. And some people, Like this guy, he only does paintings. Like I tried to sell him sketches, and he was like, "Nah, I don't do sketches. I do fine art type of stuff, you know." And yeah, and he's one of those guys where he doesn't have a problem like paying top dollar for the stuff that he wants. But I've met other people where you can have a completely finished painting or an illustration, whatever, and they love that, but they also love the pre-sketches that go before. Like you remember this, like the 6K gorilla painting?
Yeah. Yeah, sketch. I love that shit too.
They would definitely be interested in that.
Yeah.
But they would be more interested in the sketch and the pre-sketches that led up to it, you know? And I kind of see that too. Like, you know, because because I remember way back when they were selling the rejected sketches of Tarna from the heavy metal poster, you know? And it was all different poses of Tarna, and he's, you know,
Chris Achilleos?
Yeah, Chris Achilleos. And Chris Achilles. Is that what his name is? Chris Achilles?
I think it's Achilleos.
But
something Greek.
It was $100 for the rejected sketches of Tarna, right? And from what I understand, like there was like 50 of these fuckers or some shit like that, you know?
Right.
And because they made him redo them, or Chris's illustration work was old school illustration where some can probably knows what I'm talking about, where they take a piece of illustration board and they'll put a piece of frisket down. They would cut away like Tarna's eyeball, pull all the frisket up, airbrush just that eyeball, and then shade it in a little bit and pull that up, tape over that, and then tape frisket over the next piece. It took fucking forever to do this shit, dude. But
well, you know, that's for like a movie poster back when they actually cared about what movie posters looked like. Now they just Photoshop that shit.
What's his name?
Jesus.
Oh, god damn it. What's his name? Drew Struzan. Drew Struzan, if you look at the creation of the Hellboy movie poster, he's really loose with that shit. Like he doesn't cut any frisket or anything like that. Like, and it turns out amazing. You know, he actually uses white color pencils.
He uses a projector.
Yeah, he does.
Well,
and that's another thing about Struzan. Struzan said that he was like, you can think bad about me if you want, but I'm not one of those guys that has to have everything drawn in one piece. Like I'll draw a character here, a character there, and just place them where I want to place them, and go ahead and transfer them onto the canvas or the illustration board. Right?
Who cares? All that matters is the finished product.
Yeah.
Who cares how you got there?
Well, some people do. It's not. That's not a customer like thing. Like customers don't care about it, and the people who are buying a piece doesn't really care about it.
Yeah, but
it's other artists that are like, you're a punk because you never did it all in one piece. But, yeah, well, that painting just made more than what you made in your entire career. I'm saying,
whatever.
Yeah, but he explains it. He explains it more elaborately, as in like he uses shortcut because he's pressing time and he has to
exactly.
And so.
But don't you think that's the mark of a true professional too? Because they separate themselves from the work like that. Like it's not about being.
Yeah, it's not about you.
But there's also the difference between being able to do it, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's not like it's not like it's the only way you could do it. He knew how to do it the normal way, but he was using shortcuts to meet deadlines.
Yeah.
It's not because
shortcuts become technique after a while. Like that becomes the mark of Drew Struzan, you know?
Right. Well, because we all do what like works for us, you know?
Yeah. Like I used to project whenever I used to do airbrush jobs. Like, but then it took too much time to project and go ahead and paint the piece because I'd always show up late. I was a punk. But what I would do is I started like it wasn't a technique thing, it was a money thing where I would just take, like if I had to airbrush this onto a hood, I would take a small picture of this, tape it to the wall, and just freehand the whole thing onto the hood, you know? And it wasn't about, I didn't care if it was perfect as long as it looked exactly like what they expected to get.
I think one of the main issues in there, it's not about how you get to your point. It's the fact of you being transparent about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
that's
know,
another thing too.
Yeah.
no, it's like it's just that's all it is in a way. It's like if you come in and you say like, look, this is what I'm doing, people know from the get go. You're not trying to like, I think the expression is charlatan your way out of it.
Yeah,
Right.
like
right.
like another thing too. Like I don't have anything against people who do digital art.
Mhm.
The only thing that I've ever said about digital art was that you're missing out on a huge amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Of course.
but digital art is one of those shortcuts, because for some people, like for me,
Yep.
it's not because I'm OCD,
Mhm.
but for a lot of people, it's a huge shortcut because they don't have to deal with paper, they don't have to erase. And now there's a lot of people in Marvel that actually just take photos and trace over the motherfuckers. And
Oh, they
Yeah.
use 3D models, dude. It's worse. They use
Yeah.
like computerized 3D models.
yeah, and that's one thing where maybe I am an elitist when it comes to stuff like that, where it's like if you're tracing 3D models, you're not really doing
You're
the job
tracing
you were paid
pictures
to
of
do.
2D models
Yeah.
out, and I'm
Yeah,
the same.
like
Well,
Greg Land, like, like uses the same picture 5 times in the same book.
Or like, remember when they came out with like the super like gay / bondage X-Men, like the Hellfire Club
Dude, I
X-Men
fucking
recently?
love that, dude. That was awesome. I don't know
Right?
what you're talking
Well, but if you notice, whenever they have like character sketches, they're always from like a template.
I'll say this: like the ones that appealed to me were the ones that reminded me of the original X-Men costumes from X-Men, Giant Size X-Men #1.
Right. Right.
And those, like, they had minor tweaks that they did to those costumes and placed them into that cat, like in those character sketches. But there was a lot of them that I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. What were you thinking?
Like, it was this crazy shit. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
this you really think this looks good?
The lunatics are running the asylum. Well, that's the thing. They don't care. Because the people that are making comic books now are people that never liked comic books.
Well, if it looked good, that would be something different. Like there's like
I know, right?
If they're going to do a Victorian version of the X, because that's what it looks like to me, right? It's like they're trying to do this like French Victorian type of take on
it's
the
like
X-Men
Hellfire
costumes.
Club. Yeah, how they're all dressed in that period.
Exactly.
garb.
Yeah. And I was like, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's actually a really cool idea. It almost falls into steampunk. You know what I'm saying? But
Sure.
But like they're not even doing it good.
No,
like,
they're like putting like nipple rings on freaking Colossus.
yeah,
I mean, not
crazy,
actually.
dude. What is that?
Not actually, but it wouldn't surprise me if, like, I mean, just the way the designs were, if Colossus or somebody had like nipple rings.
And there's some. I don't have a problem with nipple rings, so it's fine.
I don't either. Or Prince Albert's.
A buddy of mine had a Prince Albert, and he said after he took it out and he decided he didn't want to do that anymore, like he always had to hold the head of his penis because it would squirt 3 different ways.
Oh man, yeah. Oh god,
I was like, dude, when that thing's healing up, how do you do that? Because it's going to burn, right? Know it. And what is it? Does it swell up and close your pee hole or something like that? I was like, that's crazy, dude.
I dated a chick who had multiple piercings in the nether regions. Made things very easy to find in the dark. I found
at the tattoo shop, they do piercings over there. They also do tattoo removal. And he said,
you were telling me about that.
Yeah, and he said tattoo removal is one of the most painful things ever. And they had a guy coming in, and he has tattoos all over his face. And the military said that if he wants to keep his position in the military, he has to get all that shit removed, right? If he wants to be deployed, it has to all be removed. So he has to go in, and I think he's on his 6th session or something like that, where they're zapping the shit out of his face, and I felt so bad for the guy, dude. Because smack, 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 and it's like these little bee stings,
Oh,
yeah, my ex-wife did.
Did he get doped up first?
No, man. It's my ex-wife did tattoo and laser hair removal.
Yeah.
So So
It ain't
can't
that
you just
bad.
like pop like a Vicodin or something like that?
Yeah.
You
it ain't
could,
that bad.
but you can't tell anybody.
Yeah.
No, it's
Mm.
I don't know, dude. They described it as being worse than getting a tattoo. You know what I'm saying? To me, a
Gotcha.
tattoo is not really that bad, but
Yeah.
you know, I mean, once it goes on too long and your endorphins wear off, and you just like just raw because they're going over the same area over and over and over again with those fucking needles.
Yeah.
That's when the shit gets really fucking painful. You know, but
Yeah. Can't be as bad as like old school. The way like the Polynesians would do it.
with
You
the
know,
bamboo
tap, tap,
sticks,
tap, 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 tap. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, it ain't
That had
bad.
to have, that had to have sucked.
I know, right? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, still don't have any ink, man. Still
I think
don't
in
have any ink.
Africa they used to do it where they used to like carve you up and then put the ink in there afterwards or something like that. Some of the tribes used to do
That's
that.
like a scarification. Actually,
Yeah,
you know what? The one, well, the closest thing to a tattoo I've ever wanted was the fucking Grimjack scar.
Oh no way, dude! That would
Yeah,
have been awesome.
yeah.
Oh, they have that now where they go ahead and they burn you and they put some acid in there and it puffs it up like afterwards. Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
ain't doing that shit.
it's
Fuck
like
that.
the old German fencing scars.
I had
Yeah.
I had a black friend in Virginia Beach, and he didn't know he was allergic to the tattoo ink, and so now to this day, he has a little ugly ass lion or panther, or you know what black guys, he got the panther.
Uh-huh.
It's forever raised, and
Get out.
it's always
Oh, ow.
irritated. So it's like a
A belt
like
sander would take care of
centimeter.
that shit.
Huh?
A belt sander would take care of that shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, I found that funny. But
Yeah,
my
that
tattoos,
sucks.
my tattoos
I was-
were done in, or the color, my tattoo colors were done in my kitchen.
I was watching. Oh, dude, that's horrible. They had I was
Prison
watching
tats.
1,000 Ways to Die, and they had a guy who went to an S&M club and he wanted to be put in latex, you know, like this latex bodysuit.
Oh,
You
yeah, where
remember
they
that?
like,
But he
where they
didn't
like,
know he was allergic to latex.
oh,
and he died of what is it called? Fucking when you when you asphyxiation or something like that. Something I can't remember
like
what it
skin
was.
suffocation.
Yeah, like it was crazy, dude, because his
Oh.
body broke up and nobody knew it because he's in this complete bondage like
Shrink
latex
wrapped.
suit. Yeah, and he's got the zipper over his mouth. He couldn't say his
So he died asphyxiated.
Oh, that's so bad.
That is bad, dude. That's fucking horrible. I have to question a lot of those 1,000 Ways to Die like episodes.
Yeah,
too.
some of them
Like,
seem stupid. One
did you
of
see
them
the
was
one
the
where
guy-
the guy
Yeah,
had his
nose ring or
jaw
something.
wired shut, and
No.
but he was an alcoholic, so he had his wife take 2 bottles of Jack Daniels and pour it up his ass. Yeah, and an enema.
There's no fucking way.
I'm telling
There's
you,
no
dude,
fucking
yeah,
way.
like,
No fucking way.
But they said like when you do that, like it's absorbed completely different than going through
Yeah.
your stomach, right? So it's
Mhm,
like
mhm.
so much more potent. So he died of alcohol poisoning.
That happened a few years ago too. A man and a woman were on their honeymoon, and she
Uh-huh.
poured champagne in his butthole, and he fucking died like an hour or two later.
Oh man.
Because
Yeah,
it
dude.
absorbs alcohol so fast. That's like drug dealers. They put drugs in their fucking butt.
No, you're right. Like fucking
Yeah.
a buddy of mine used to sell Vicodin, you know, when he was a teenager. And he had this one customer that always hassled about putting the Vicodin in his butt because he was a
Mhm.
fat dude. And he couldn't reach around to get it in there. So he'd be like, "Hey, can you put this in my butt?" He was like, "No, dude, I ain't doing that." He's like, "Give you $100." He's like, "I'm still not doing it." He probably did it. And he just didn't want to tell me about it. But
That's like the worst job in
That's
the
like
world.
the
He's
donut guy.
at least he died happy.
Oh Jesus Christ, man! People
Yeah,
put-
dude. Like that was some fucked up shit. I was like, "Get out of here, dude." And then he started telling me about other shit too, right?
Uh-huh.
Like when you don't have any money, you know, and you you were trying to buy drugs from your drug dealer.
Yeah.
He said there's these guys called bag boys, right? And what they would do, they would put a paper bag over their head and cut out a hole
What the fuck?
I know, right? It got crazy. I was like, "Are you telling me this because you was a bag boy?" It's like, no, dude, I wasn't a bag boy. You fucked up.
I got my dick sucked by a bag boy. That's what I did.
He wasn't a bag boy, but he might have used one.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, I know.
I
Right?
had
That's
a
crazy.
in Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach, there's this homegirl I used to hang out with quite a bit, and we
She was a
went
bag
away
boy.
for a while, and then we got back together, and she was hanging out with this one guy, and he pulled out a stack of money in his pocket, but they are all food stamps, and I'm like, this motherfucker's a drug dealer. Because these motherfuckers are paying for their drugs with food stamps. And that's
Oh,
when food
yeah,
stamps
all
are
right.
still paper money.
Yeah,
Because I ain't never seen so much. He had so much food stamps. It was like tens of
Like a
lot
roll?
of cash like that. But they were all fucking food stamps.
that's
Mm.
crazy.
Dude, they'll pay for anything, man. Or they'll pay anyway. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's true.
Quick
Ooh,
question.
Fuck.
that
Quick
shit's
question
gotcha.
for Sim and
Mhm.
and Preston, since I've actually got you like in the same place at the same time. Are you up for doing some double page spreads like Jack
Double
Kirby
Dude, you
style
had me
shit
scared
for
for a second there. I was like,
double bagging.
whoa.
The what?
You
for
want
for
two
Bloodhunt
bags on your
Doc
head.
Salem?
Already answered. Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
two
yeah,
bags.
we'll do that. That ain't a big
All right.
deal.
I'll even do some probably in pencil, so we have original stuff to sell.
Oh fuck yeah. Well, that's what I like to hear.
The
Oh.
double page spreads. Well, if I'm tightening the pencils up, I don't even know what we're doing at this point. Actually,
Yep. Yep.
We'll figure
I
it
know.
out.
To me, that's
We'll
part of the
figure it
fun, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
I'll
like
do
we're
my
gonna see
pencils
what this thing turns out like. You know.
I'll do the pencils, and you go nuts with what your inks.
out. That'll work. We'll do it.
Like I said, like the main idea that we agreed on is mixing both our style to pull like a Capullo, Tom McFarlane-ish. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Like I'll give you like my pencils, and
If I'm going to ink it, I'm going to use my the pen, the dip pen,
Yeah.
and try that. I think that'll be a cool thing to.
yeah,
I stopped using regular pens a while back because the dip pen is so much better. You know
I just
What,
ordered
is it more
myself a dip pen
precise?
too.
the what?
I just ordered myself a Techikawa
Yeah,
number 10. No,
is that
number 9.
that's a dip pen?
Yeah, with nibs. Yeah,
Sweet. Yeah, dude, I fucking love them, dude. Like it puts and it cuts the paper. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
when you touch it, it's textured wherever the pen hits, and the ink is
Right.
so dark, dude. It's fucking
It's-
insane.
it's been a while now. I got my new one. I'm waiting for the ink. I ordered like a bottle of Black Magic because
Yeah.
Scotsman told me that's the best one to use.
Yeah.
So Black
Well,
Magic's on his way with a bottle of FW White.
honestly, this is the blackest shit out there.
Which one's that one? Black Star.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's black. But he says when you're using a dip pen, you need it to be like not too viscous, like not
Oh,
too
really?
thick.
Okay.
So it slides better in your nib. So then
I honestly, I don't have any. I'll tell you what I do. I have So here's my dip pen, right?
Mhm.
I got two of them. I got this one, and then I got this one. This is the one I use whenever I'm doing a stream and I want to look really fucking fancy.
does it work good though? I mean, it's
Oh,
cool
it
looking.
works phenomenally well. It's the
that's
same exact pen as this, except
That looks
you
good.
you can't twist it so much, but it fits perfectly. Like once you get that point where you need it, like this anchors it nicely to your hand, right? So you just but here's the deal. Like whenever I let my pen sit up, I put a little bit of ammonia and water in here, and I'll just let it sit there. Or if the ink gets too clogged up on the edge, I'll put some ammonia and water in there, and immediately it breaks the ink down, and I just wipe it off on a piece of paper towel and just go ahead and redip it and start again.
So that like, because I mean, once the ink dries, I guess it kind of like coagulates.
But you can't use water. You can't use water. It's got to be ammonia. You have to have ammonia in there because the ammonia is what breaks the ink down.
Interesting. So
that's a fun fact too.
Like paint
like
thinner, basically.
pretty much like if you have like India ink, Like
Mhm.
use India ink, old school Kirby, and I'm used to use India inks to color the artwork to do.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a black
Um,
magic.
you can let that Indian ink dry in a paint tray, and then go back and put a couple of drops of ammonia in there, and it'll break it all down again, so you can reuse it. Yeah. Fun fact.
Huh.
No,
That's
that's what-
interesting.
No, it really is. I
Like the
mean,
other day, I was watching like something that people were saying like it's to try to, but Finch was using that. I think he was mixing water with acrylics to reach that transparency level type of thing.
Acrylics should be already pretty transparent. Like I haven't run into any acrylics that are super opaque besides black and white. Acrylics by nature are fucking transparent. Gouache is opaque. Like what I usually do is I'll go down and I'll put a bunch of colors down whenever I'm doing a painting. And then if I want to come back and I want to make the reds redder or something like that, I'll hit it with a little bit of gouache to kind of emphasize those areas.
Mhm.
And
did you say gouache?
gouache? Yeah.
Gouache.
And-
Is
Yeah,
that
and
ink,
gouache.
Gouache.
ink from ink from guar?
No, yeah, that's
No,
what it is. It's ink.
Gouache from gouache.
But the thing about gouache is that the reason why it's so volatile is because if any type of water gets on it, it breaks it down. You know what I'm saying? So what I'll do, and that's why I always like varnish my work after it's done, because you don't want anything to like acrylics are fine. You can spill shit on acrylics and just wipe it off. Gouache, no, you can't do that, dude. They break down way too not as easily as watercolor, but they break down way too easily.
Interesting.
You see me? That's what I can't wait to get. To the point where I can get a place with more rooms. I can start doing painting.
Oh
I
man.
haven't done that in so long. Like,
Nice.
remember I have kids, right?
Like,
Yeah.
How old are your
Bedroom
kids? I thought your kids were pretty old though. Are they?
Right now I have my boys that are 16 and 19.
kick them out.
Yep, time for them to go, dude. You gotta go.
I need
Well,
an
it's-
art room. Get out.
and we
Stop
got
paying some bills.
and my
motherfuckers.
my bro's girls are between 12 and 15.
Kick them out.
Seriously, you need some Charles Dickens style laws in Canada. Get rid of those child labor laws. Get them working in the copper mine. Bring
But
home the bacon.
the other day I was talking with Logan to get him into like starting to help out when I do fulfillment and promotion.
Oh, they should definitely be helping you out with that. dude.
Like he's 19 now, so he should be able to maybe handle like a few social media stuff and starting to teach him business a bit.
That's
Nice,
cool.
man.
Honestly,
And didn't one of your daughters want to be
Yeah, Alex.
a colorist?
Yeah, Ali.
Yeah, that's so cool.
kids know
So is she
more
gonna
about
be- is she
social
gonna be
media
coloring
than we
any
could
of
ever know
your
about,
stuff?
dude.
She's supposed to be doing something special for the next campaign of Telson and Adverse.
Oh, nice.
I asked her
Nice.
to do a Z sticker to
Yeah.
go with a few things.
Yeah.
Because she does cute stuff. So
Yeah.
obviously she Zed, but she's also a big fan of Luani.
Uh
So we never know.
huh.
Did
That's
you,
awesome, dude.
You got her set up for coloring? Like you got her like
Yeah, she
computers and shit.
she
like
has, she has a computer. She has her own Cintiq. She colored a piece for Blood Hunt a while back just for fun. Like that's one of the things I showed Brian a while back. Like, dude, she was
I remember
13 and she freaking nailed it. That she like. There's a few people are like, who the fuck colored this shit? It's my 13-year-old. Get the fuck out.
I know.
Nice.
It's so cool.
There's two
Siri, you
people
were
that
so
hired.
proud.
Yeah, she got hired to do a cover and a back cover in CG. Just nobody knows it
That's so badass.
because it's
That's
my
so-
girl and fuck off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, brother. Yeah, man. That's beautiful. The arrangement that you have with your bro, with your bruv, that you're raising your kids together, and then like his kids become your kids.
Well,
And
we
child
met
labor.
we met crazy and we decided to team the team. Goku
So
and
both of y'all
Vegeta
have
raising our kids.
So you and your brother both have kids, or is
Yeah,
it your
it's me.
kid? his kids or your kids?
He's
or-
my
I
best
don't
friend,
know.
so he's like a brother to me. Okay, so I
Ah,
have my
okay.
I
That
have
kind of
my
brother.
two boys. I have my two boys,
Mhm.
and when I'm girls, we ended up being able to get the full custody of his girls
Yeah.
because I had full custody on mine, and the example and this and anyways. So he moved in, and we fought, and he helped me out with the boys while I was doing my university and all business class and
Oh,
shit.
nice. All right. Cool.
It's like
And
basically a gay version of the Brady Bunch.
I would say grumpy old man, like like the odd couple. But no, it's like like I always said, like I'll never forget
Grumpy old
that
man.
moment. It's like I knew that they were my girls that day when
Yeah.
they left one day, and they were going back to their mom before we got custody, right? And she
Yeah.
goes, "Bye, Dad," and they look at me and they go like,
Aw.
"Bye," and he's like, "How we call him? He's like our second dad. We can't call him uncle. He's like a parent." And
Yeah.
one of the girls goes, "Ah, well, we're gonna call him mom."
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
and I looked at him, Mr. Mom to you, and that stuck. They always call me
Nice.
Mr. Mom. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, dude. That's beautiful. That's so cool. Oh
I,
man, I
I
can't
love
wait.
them to death. I've always wanted girls. I had two boys.
Yeah.
Now I got two girls.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's so
Mhm.
damn cool. Oh man, I can't wait until we actually can have conventions again. We could start actually like physically meeting each other. It's gonna feel weird. Actually
Yeah.
being like in an actual physical space with
Then
people that
it
you just
won't be
known through this thing.
that it won't be an issue for me to cross the border.
It better not be.
I don't know, but I mean, like, right, with all of this shit, like, it's a bit more complicated.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't expect any conventions this year, but like San Diego's canceled, New York's still canceled, right? So I'm assuming if the
Dude,
big
do you
ones are
know?
canceled, the little ones are gonna be
Do you know
canceled.
what just happened here? Like I told you a long time ago.
Yo,
This is
Chimera.
gonna last for a little while, okay?
Yeah.
Trudeau just went on fucking live like in that a day or two ago. It pissed me the fuck off for like 2 days.
What?
Who
What
did?
happened?
He went on like it's on fucking YouTube. Like it was a fucking public announcement, right? So he announced everybody that we're still staying at
Oh,
status
yeah,
quo.
yeah. I seen
We're
that.
in fucking quarantine with fucking curfew as long as the COVID cases don't reduce enough that it's almost non-existent or something.
That's
So
crazy.
we're yeah, that's it. We're done.
Sounds like a power trip to me, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
is.
Like they're basically seeing how far they can push people.
Yeah.
I fucking I was like, you gotta be kidding. They're basically turning Canada into a fucking police state. I was like, that's crazy, dude.
I know.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah,
I
the
didn't
last few
realize
years.
Canada was
You
that
expect
bad.
that here,
Dude, the last
but
few.
not
Dude,
there.
I said it before, and that's why I gave all of you guys a freaking warning for a long time about all of this.
I'm a
Especially
killer, motherfucker.
be careful
Yeah, you
of those
did.
very vague laws that get changed because they get used against you.
Well, yeah, they
Okay,
do.
very
Absolutely.
fucking quickly. Like it's stupid. Like like people were saying like, oh, now there's the new law. Like they applied it in the UK too, right? Where hey, if there's the protesters in front of you, you can drive through, right?
In
Now
Tennessee, yeah,
now
it's true.
the police just went in. Like there's a fucking riot. The police came in, bum 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 bum, just run people over
Jesus Christ.
for a
Jesus.
for a COVID protest. Yeah,
That's crazy.
no, but
Well, no,
Your
they
police
had
don't
saying,
have tanks yet, do they? Because our police have tanks.
Yeah, they got
it
that.
started
Only
happening in
design.
the UK, then it started happening here, and it's slowly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tightening
it's
that iron
normal.
fist.
It's normal.
It
It's
ain't
normal in
weird that
America.
Biden said the exact same thing
Yep.
when he
Yeah.
got integrated. Then Trudeau, the guy from Australia and the Netherlands, same fucking speech. Weird.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's coincidence. Coincidences happen.
Coincidences.
Because if you're suggesting otherwise, then you're a conspiracy theorist.
Did you say
Ooh.
coincidence or coefficient?
I said coincidence.
All I'm saying is they know where you live, son. They know where you live, and if you don't get
I know.
along to go along, or whatever that fucking is.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wish I could tell you guys about the scene that I'm writing right now. Getting close to the soul-searing climax of
Soul-searing
Blood Hunt,
climax.
Doc
Climax.
Salem.
Yeah, I need to
we're-
put out a new Doc Salem issue. I want to close that campaign too, but I want to be a little bit closer to working on a new book than what I am right now. Like,
If you need any writing help, hit me up, dude. Let me know.
Hard Boiled Entertainment did an extremely honest take on Doc Salem.
Yeah, I like that.
And I did. I liked it too. I thought it was very good. And he's eager to be an editor on the book.
There you
And
go.
I'm thinking about it, like, but there's a few other people that are eager too. Like, we also got Lit Devil. I don't know if you're eager, but I know you're in the, like, you could be a
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's your baby. It's your IP. So
Well, no. If
you
I
make
bring
these
anybody
decisions.
on, I just, here's the deal. Like, if I bring somebody on, I'm not bringing somebody on to make changes to the story. I'm bringing somebody on that will take it as seriously as I do and just build upon what's there. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
So
That's
I
what I'm
like
trying
that
to
Hard
do, dude.
Boil was so eager. You know, like he was like, dude, fucking love it. It's great. Blah, blah, blah. You know, and there's other people that volunteered to do some work on it too. But I just don't want to get into anything where they're more popular or more famous than I am, and they start taking liberties. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
but you
kind of
always
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you always have veto power,
You
and you're not going to work
kinda
with somebody
do, but
that's not going to
then-
respect that.
Yeah, but that's why I haven't said yes to any of that, because I think Sim knows this too. Like when you
Yep.
when you team up with somebody like that, it's almost like intimidating, right? Like
Well,
for
just
you
yeah.
to say,
keep
I don't think
track of
this is
what-
going to work because they have way more experience. They have a huge fan base, you know, and it's
Yeah, and sometimes they try and do something on the
so it's.
Well,
a
yeah,
little
I
bit
mean,
more
hopefully you're not working with hopefully, you're working with somebody who's professional and not, like
I'm not working with anybody right now. I don't want to
fucking
get that.
shrinking violet, like a certain punk ass bitch that shall not be named.
No. I'm not working with anybody right now as far as Doc Salem goes. I'm just saying, like, I'm just putting that out there. Like, there's been people that volunteered to do it, but I was like, maybe we should do something else, like instead of like jumping into those waters right now. You know,
Right.
I kind of don't want to trust that to anybody but me at the moment. Yeah,
That makes sense. Here's what I would recommend. I would recommend sharing your script with a lot of us, and we could all give you feedback if you want it.
yeah.
And basically, I find when you get the critiques of a bunch of different people, if you keep hearing the same thing,
No, well, that's
generally
I gotta,
speaking, that's like the correct opinion.
It's like I told Sweens before, like when Sweens went publicly and said, I need help with this, you know, and he got like 100 different opinions. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, Sweens, I was like, but with me,
No, you don't listen to everybody.
Well, that was his first experience doing that, and I was like, I never said anything. Like I put my opinion in, I just dropped out because I'm. It's not about me intimidating him to use my opinion or my advice. It's about he's got to make that decision on his own, right? So what I did was I didn't say anything, and then he came back at me. He was like, "You were right," and I was like, "Oh, okay," and I was like, "Look, dude," I said, "Next time, limit yourself to a handful or less of people that you absolutely trust to give you good advice and not try to impose their advice on you." Right?
Yeah.
And I said, that's what I do. Like I have very few people that I fucking ask. Like Vinny's one of them, when it comes to paint work,
Sure.
But when it comes to script and shit like that, like Vinny's not one of those people. You know what I'm saying? Because although I have a lot of respect for Vinny, his main talent isn't writing. His main talent is doing paint and illustration.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So yeah, I mean, and that's what I told Sweens. I was like, dude, you gotta pick a handful of people that you trust and then ask them for advice when you're ready to ask for advice. Like because if you put it out to 1,000 people, you everybody's got an asshole.
Oh,
jeez. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's got an opinion too,
Oh yeah. And they don't necessarily all have your best interests at heart.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
no.
There's a lot of people that are just like bitter, jealous motherfuckers, or just
Well, I've
or
I've
just
always been under
lunatics,
the opinion
frankly.
that whenever you ask for advice, you pretty much already know the answer. You just need somebody to kind of pull it out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I do. You know where this happened to me? This happened to me with the third issue of Six Gun.
yeah,
Because like one of the reviews that I read, the guy was like, you know what? This is a great book. It's killer. It is, but if in issue number 3, we better see some fucking vengeance.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And I thought about it and I was like, you know what? He's right.
yeah.
And so I just went into like the script of issue 3 and chunk cut out every unnecessary bit of dialogue or any fat, right? And the comic ended up being better as a result.
Well, I find that too. I find as like splitting, your focus when you're doing writing and you're also doing the art on your book. I find that I tend to be long-winded in some cases, and then but the artist in me finds those flaws whenever I start doing the thumbnails, and I'm like,
right.
no, this isn't going to work. I got to shorten that and
Yeah.
cut this whole paragraph out, and all this text and eliminate it because it's just not going to work. But like my main problem with script building, script writing is the most basic things ever, like punctuation, using certain phrases,
Oh, but none of that stuff matters. That can
it does
all be
matter.
taken care of at the end.
Yeah, exactly. But it's got to be like, it doesn't matter in the process of creating a book until you have to put down text. Like you have to start doing the lettering and stuff like that. So I didn't realize how important our editor was until I didn't have an editor, and,
right.
And I published
once
the book
again,
without one.
Yeah, but once again, the difference between Doc Salem 1 and Doc Salem issue 2 is going to be stark.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're evolving as an artist in between those issues, and you always with the next issue, if you think you fucked up the first one in some way, you try to fix whatever was wrong. Some
I mean, well, that's any
catch their stride right away.
Has to do that. Like you have to kind of like whenever you do. Like you have to kind of try to outdo yourself whenever you're putting out work. Like, I mean, look at Matt Wagner. Like if you look at Grendel #1 and then you look at Grendel, like the series when he changed it over to a chick, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, dude. Like the difference in the world building, the story, everything was insanely different. Like it was
those
crazy.
Canvas covers that he started doing later on in the series, somebody was set in the future and there was like a vampire pope and all this shit, right?
Yeah, when the
covers were all like canvases.
Yeah, but that's another thing too. Like he started out as an anime artist, like American anime type of thing. Well, I don't know if you call it American anime. Like it was early. No, like he was doing that manga type of style. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, okay.
But he moved away from that and kind of went to his like a more painted style with like when he did Grendel Warchild, and dude, it was fucking amazing, dude. Like that was in. Like I'm talking about the backup story that appeared in all the Grendel limited series.
Yeah, man. And you know what? He's still killing it. Like his Batman comics. I can't remember the last time he did one, but
Hold on one sec. Go ahead. Go ahead and talk.
But he did at least, I think, like 2 limited series that like Batman stories, and they're freaking awesome. I mean, I like him he's somebody that's equally as strong as a writer as he is an artist. But I always think his shit's the best when he's doing both jobs.
This is perfect for me to actually show this off.
Yeah, I mean, look at that, man.
This is the art of Grendel, the art of Matt Wagner.
Such a fan of his. Such a fan.
When I seen this, I was like, he's got an art book out? I was like, no fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm talking about. Like, look at this. I mean, it's kind of damaged because I got it from a used bookstore.
That's okay.
But I got it because I'm a huge Matt Wagner fan, right?
Yeah, me too.
And oh God, it's really damaged. I didn't realize it was that damaged.
What, there's like 20 pages? the
No, it's
binding's
just it's
fucked
coming
up?
apart a little bit, like you see.
Ah,
right here.
the binding.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And yeah, it looks like it was somebody had well, no, they never spilled anything. I don't know what happened. Like that's weird. But
I misused bookstores.
so yeah, this is from the original Grendel series right here, right? And I don't know
right.
if you can see that very. Let me put it on.
Yep.
Let me get
Blow that
kinda-
shit up, son.
There it is. You see how primitive that is? You know, that's
Right.
from Grendel #1. And this is
Right.
you see how he was kind of going for like a manga type of look to it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, kind of like Che O'Barr was with the Crow.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I think James O'Barr was way more developed when he put out his stuff. And this is Grendel now. This is Matt Wagner now. The shit that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like so much different. It's so
Devil
like,
by the
way
Deed
different
is like a classic.
yeah. Well, this is from Devil by the Deed right
I
here
know.
too. This is,
I know. I recognize
but this
it.
is colored. Like I don't know. Like it was
Yeah.
never colored. It was
Yeah.
look how primitive
the
that
panel,
is, though, dude.
the panel arrangements, the way each page is done almost like a stained glass window.
Yeah.
Like the composition is just fucking amazing.
Yeah, he did some crazy shit, dude.
Crazy shit.
But it like his
And it works.
His work started developing rapidly. Like
Yeah.
when he stopped illustrating, and then when he came back to illustrating it, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
look at this. Like this
Yeah.
is I think this is color pencil that he used in here with a little bit of paint. I need this figure, by the way. If
Oh,
anybody
man.
knows where this figure is located at, just please
I just
send me
saw.
a bill.
That's got to be a custom, right?
I just saw it on eBay,
No, this isn't a custom. This was sold along with
dude.
a
I just said it.
Madman figure.
I have it right here.
Oh,
It's
no
on
way.
eBay
Fuck
for
you,
20
Sim.
for 24.20, 17.20
Yeah,
shipping to United States, so probably cheaper for you. You want me to send you the
I
link?
gotta check that out. And look, the Grendel statue and all that, but I don't care about any of this
Hold
shit.
on.
This is
Let
what I
me
care
see.
about right here.
Yeah,
So-
I apologize for that. Fuck you, Sim, because no, I thought you had the book, so I retract that.
No, I'm talking about the toy for.
No, he's
for
talking about the
Mister here.
toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean that. Yeah, because didn't it come with the book? I'm guessing.
No, I
Oh,
got it
okay.
right here.
No, it didn't. It didn't come with a book.
It's in the
Okay.
private chat, buddy.
But yeah,
Oh, okay,
I'm a
yeah.
huge Matt Wagner fan too. Lord notices,
Oh man.
dude. I'm
20
telling you, like, and
That one's still in the package for $28.85, dude.
I'm gonna have to check that out, dude. Like seriously, I might
Dude,
have to get it.
$35.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to hold back on buying shit at the moment,
No,
but I might
please.
have to get that.
I am too. And now
Yeah, I'm checking
that,
I'm checking for that art book.
This is
Yeah,
him now.
I am
This is
too,
Matt Wagner
actually.
now, like just black and white and everything. Like, look at this, dude. That's fucking insane, son.
Yeah,
Like he did the new Grendel Odyssey, the Devil's Odyssey. You know, that's
Oh.
out right now. It's not finished. Like it's on issue 5.
Oh, really?
That shit is fuck. It's like Matt Wagner is known to be a huge heavy metal fan, right?
Mhm.
And
Not surprised.
he was like, this whole series is my ode to old school heavy metal, right?
I
so
gotta
he,
have that. I
dude,
gotta
it's-
have that.
I got all the issues that are out currently. You know,
Which one's that one?
How many?
the Devil's Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
It's up to 5 issues. They got 5 issues available now.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. I'll
But-
wait for the TPB, but man, that's freaking.
Dude,
The guy's a
I'm
visionary.
with you, but his son is doing the coloring, you know, kind of like
Yeah.
what Sim was saying. Like
Yeah.
he's got his daughter doing some of the work on
Yeah.
Matt first.
Yeah.
But hold on, wait, let me fix my camera real quick. There we go. But yeah, like dude, like I was in fact, this is really the first time I got to look through this book. Like I flipped through it quickly after I got it, and then I had to throw it on the side because I had jobs I had to get out.
Yeah.
But dude, this is like just looking at his work, how he came from where he came from to where he's at now.
Yeah.
It's like never judge yourself on where you're at. You know,
Yes.
as long as you don't get cocky
Yep.
and you're like, I know
Exactly.
everything, you'll
Yep.
get to this stage right here eventually.
Oh,
And here's
Yep.
another thing too, I have
Yep.
to say about Matt Wagner's work, and this is a problem I ran into, is you can like Dale Cohen or Matt Wagner,
Yeah.
but don't try to be Dale Cohen or Matt Wagner.
no.
Try to build your style and
Be
make
you.
your style the best it can possibly do. Yeah, borrow
Yep.
techniques, but don't try to
Right.
like draw exactly like Dale Cohen or Matt
Right.
Wagner, because it's
Because
not going to
you-
work out, dude.
Because there's also already a Dale Keown. There's already a Matt Wagner.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like when
Yeah.
I started Six Gun, part of me was thinking, oh, maybe I should make this like Garth Ennis and have him like ripping guys' arms off and sticking them up their asses. And I was like, well, Garth Ennis can do Garth Ennis. Only I can do me.
Garth
And
Ennis.
well, however that's received, even if it's rejected, even if people hate it, it'll still be me. I could still say that I wasn't trying to do it as another writer.
Well, here's another
Artists should
thing
have the same attitude.
I like about Matt Wagner's work too,
Yeah.
is he has a sense of, like, whenever he does any type, like, I've never seen him as being the greatest artist as far as
Right.
like anatomy or
Yeah.
even paint technique, right?
Right.
But his layout skills are like second to none, dude. Like, look at this. Like,
Yes.
Yup. But this follows all the rules. Like, and it breaks a few too. Like, this window and this whole
It's a little
panel is
thirds.
like an arrow pointing straight to the figure in the middle.
Yes.
You
Yep.
know?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I always loved his style.
dude,
And it creates
wait,
a real
it gets
sense of
better.
You know what
isolation.
else it reminds
Right
me
here.
of? Remember
See that?
Eduardo Riso?
Oh yeah.
Eduardo Riso always reminded me of Matt Wagner.
I know,
Who's-
dude, you got to
who
send
is
me
he-
that
who is he
name because I
again?
haven't.
that name's familiar.
Eduardo
but-
Riso is the one that did 100 bullets.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to check that
Yeah.
out, dude.
Oh,
Yo, that
dude,
guy,
100
that
great
guy is
shit.
that. Yeah, and that guy mastered the black on white. Like,
Yeah. I want to point this out too. Like, he's using the bare minimum of colors when he did this Batman cover.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
fact,
It's
this
just-
whole background, it looks like he just did a solid like teal and then went back and airbrushed some grays in it or blacks and faded it down.
Mad crazy skills.
But then he just went with a white, and it almost looks like glass, like
Right.
like Grendel's glove right here, and
Yeah.
his fangs. They call them the Devil's Fangs.
Dude, what's this book called again?
It's the art of Matt Wagner.
Oh, that's simple.
Yeah, and
I-
dude, I got this. I stole. Well, not really. I guess I never stole the book, like, because it is damaged. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I got it
they
for like
go for
I got it
nothing.
for $10, I think, or something.
Oh
like
no,
that.
that's
Yeah.
dude, that's great.
Yeah.
You could actually pull pages out of that and frame them and put them up on the wall.
There's no way
Yeah,
that's ever going to happen. but
I found a
it's,
copy of it for like 30 something, 35 US.
I never went on eBay to get it, Sam. I went to Google and I typed in. Like,
Yeah, but I'm looking for it to buy it.
no,
that's what I'm
that's what I'm
telling
saying. Like, I went to Google and I typed it in Google. I was like, the art of Matt Wagner, and it brought me. And then I went to Google shopping, right? And it brought me to a bookstore, a used bookstore that sold it.
Hmm.
You know, I think it was Bilbo or something like that, and they had a copy. But yeah, dude, look at this scene from the Batman Grendel crossover, dude. Like, look at that. This is what trips me out. You see all this shit in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
supposed to be an Egyptian like display, and look, he's got all these. Dude, it is nuts. Like, it's all this attention to detail and shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, here's
Yeah.
a good one.
Oh,
Good
dude,
one,
his
Scott.
Batman shit is always amazing. Mr. X.
And he was never a guy who's ashamed to put sex into his books
No.
either, especially Grendel.
No.
You know,
No,
And,
and he always did it really well. And I
Yeah.
think that like as a writer, if somebody were to ask me, what's like this kind of scene you'd least like to write? Like, what do you would find the most intimidating? For me, it would be a good sex scene.
well, you gotta
And
have
I-
sex, Brian, to go ahead and explain.
I'm saying, I think of like the fuck scenes I've seen in movies, where they're like knocking furniture over and shit. I'm like, who fucks like that? Makes no sense at all.
He almost had me spit my coffee all over his fucking books.
They're all, "Rrr, can't wait to get at each other. Like, who
Sex like
who
that
fucks like that?
on Pornhub? They fuck like. Dude, look
yeah.
at this. This is great, dude. Look at that.
Yeah, that's like,
That is fucking crazy, dude. Look
you
at
know what
that.
that is? That's some fucking straight up, like Bruce Timm via, what's his face? Max Fleischer.
Yeah, dude. But look,
Or
like,
Max Fleischer via Bruce
look what's
Timm.
happening here. Like, here's your boy
Yeah.
running the shadow
Yeah.
of Grendel, and the fangs are coming out of the shadow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
some crazy shit,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I wonder how much his
genius.
paintings go for. Like I'm gonna have to.
You know who has
There's
a
no
really
way I'd ever be able to afford any of that shit. By the way, I'm just
Dude.
saying. Like,
dude?
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know, one of these days maybe you can do like an art swap with him.
yes, yeah, totally, right? Like,
Seriously, dude.
that's a
Seriously.
Matt Wagner painting right there, son. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not the greatest painter, but it's just his design and his
composition.
And yeah, and he's really comfortable with movement. You know, like
Yeah.
it doesn't look stiff. You know.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's actually like there's some truth in how loosely she's holding that weapon, because in
Yeah.
Japanese swordsmanship, you keep a loose grip on the hilt of your
You got to
sword
be water
or your weapon,
You must be water.
and you like basically close your hands around the hilt as you're bringing the weapon down, and you kind of make a motion where like you're wringing a towel.
I honestly think Grendel, this volume 2 of Grendel, actually put the Panda Brothers on the map, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Because that was some serious shit they did in those issues.
Yeah, great. I mean, you know, like in our scene, we've mostly got 90s people. I'm an 80s guy. Like that explosion, you know, of the the indie comics explosion from like the 80s was just was produced so much cool shit.
Yeah, it was, dude. But this is a combination of Matt Wagner and the Panda Brothers on that one, dude. Yeah, look, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
this is a page. I think. Wait, this is a cover. This is cover issue 2, I think, of Grendel volume 2. Yeah, I think so, because this, like, Comico used to do these crazy wraparound covers, right?
Right. Yeah, they sure did.
I'm almost positive this was 2. Like they had the Comico thing up here, like the dress, you know, and but look at this shit, dude. Like they got people in the windows back here, like partying.
I know.
And,
yeah.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. Like everybody's got something going on. Like there's nothing. There's no real wasted space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy good.
Yeah.
People freak out about it, like modern artists, like, oh yeah, they're so good, they do this fucking no, dude, this was done with no computers. This was this is all hand done.
Somebody did this by hand.
Yeah. And fucking Matt Wagner's such a good. He's got a total understanding about light and shadow, you know, whenever he's doing his painted work. You know?
And also, I gotta say, a damn fine writer.
Yeah.
I loved his the Zorro series
really good
that he wrote.
Yeah. Well, he did a Grendel the Shadow crossover. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
yeah, and because he's a huge Shadow fan, like he loves the Shadow, right?
Yeah,
and,
it shows.
Yeah, dude, and it's sick, dude. Look at this, dude. This is badass. God damn.
Yeah, incredible.
But he used a lot of airbrush. I'm looking at that now, like I can see it. Like,
yeah, it looks a little Corbinish.
Yeah, he never really. Well, he's from the. I don't know if he's from that era or is it a little bit past that era. I don't know.
No, he's kind of from that era.
Yeah, because you can look on here, you can see like he airbrushed, like he did a flat color in the background, then airbrushed his blacks in, did his whole illustration, and then airbrushed white over it to give it that mist to fade it into you know, and then painted over it with the mannequin right here. You know, that's some sick shit.
Marionette,
dude.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful work.
Yeah. Fucking, I tried to get Matt Wagner on the show. Actually, I sent him a message. He wouldn't reply to me. Like he was like, "Nah, dude." He was like, "Get out of here, peasant."
Dude, you know people like him are getting hit up all the time.
An action figure from Volume 2.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
It says it was made in 2001, but Graffiti Designs released a Christine Spar action figure based on Matt Wagner's model sheet.
Or right now you have the link to Hunter Rose from 1998.
Dude, I might have to get that Hunter Rose. Like that.
It's right. The link is right there. There's only one for 35, but 28.85 from 1998.
Dude, look how you used the shadows in here. That's fucking sick, son. My boy Matt Wagner.
Oh, he also did the Shadow Year 1. I didn't know that they did a Year 1 for for the Shadow.
Back then, I think they had like Matt Wagner could produce like a shitty book, you know, but like he did this one. It wasn't Ichabod. I mean, not Ichabod. I can't remember his name, but he did like after Christine Spar died, right? In Grendel Volume 2. And that's another thing I like about Matt Wagner. Like he's not afraid to let go of his characters. You know,
Not
like
at all.
once they serve their purpose, he kills them off. And that's
he ices. Yeah.
That's one thing I love about indie books, right? Is that it's not like they're continuously being put through the meat grinder, like like corporate characters like Thor, Batman, you know, Captain America, and all these characters. And but so after Christine Spar died, her boyfriend at the time, he decided to become a Grendel, right? Like, and the way he describes Grendel isn't like you can't really decide to be Grendel. You know what I'm saying? Grendel has to kind of, you have to actually be possessed by the spirit of Grendel or something like that.
It
like
has to choose whatever.
It's insinuated.
It
but he never really clarifies that. Like it's always insinuated that's and so they never really counted him as being a real Grendel. He was just a guy in a Grendel mask, you know?
Right.
And but that whole like run, like his story arc was the worst story arc to me anyway. It was the worst story arc ever. There was no vampires. It was seriously like boring shit. But
which one was that? I don't think I read that one.
It was in volume 2. And I think it was issues 20 through I think it was in the 20s to issue 32 or something like that.
I think I must have missed those.
Yeah,
and then
it's easy to miss it, dude. You know, but so this character, it was a shitty story arc, but the thing I love about Matt Wagner is he doesn't think small, right? He thinks big picture.
Yeah, he does. Long game.
That story arc, it doesn't matter if it was bad because it led to the next story arc and it added to the history of Grendel, right?
Yeah.
And that's another thing I love about Matt Wagner's characters is that, but here it is right here where he takes on the Grendel mask, you know?
Yeah.
And he goes out and then gets himself killed. But another thing too is that part of that story arc is the detective that shot him. He plays a major role later on, you know. So it was all about introducing that character, and he it's almost like he didn't care if the book sold. He was like, "Fuck it," you know. True Grendel fans will latch on to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, you know who else is like that? Is the Hellboy guy.
Yeah, Mike Mignola.
Mignola.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You know, it started with Frank Miller. You get these guys that are at the absolute peak of their talents. They're usually popular. They're getting pizzade. They can sit back and take their time and do their own thing.
Yeah.
Now, and if you like it, cool. If not, they're still going to sell a buttload of comics.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing though. Like after her boyfriend, like Christine Spar's boyfriend gets killed off, right? And I love this piece right here. This piece is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So after he gets killed off, they have a very short, like I think it's like 2 issues leading into the next story arc, which takes place in the far, like still in the future, but it has a huge take on Christianity, right?
Yes.
And
with the church and the vampires and all that shit. Yeah.
But it introduces one of my favorite Grendels, Epi Thatcher. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like when because Epi he's crazy. He's Deadpool before there was Deadpool. You know what I'm saying? Like
a character that's like whose mind isn't cracked, it's shattered.
Yeah, it's completely shattered, right? And the thing is that the vampire that killed Christine Spar is now the preacher in the future. Like he's the televangelist.
Like a Pope or something, I think.
Yeah,
right?
dude. And the detective that killed Christine Spar's boyfriend, I'm probably giving this all away. Like that's the vampire right there, right? This holy preacher. And the only way they knew who he was, the only way you knew who he was because he had a robotic arm, like a hand, I think. And and it's crazy, dude. But that's what I'm saying. Like he thinks long term, like it's not this short term bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
And So anyway, the detective. This is a look into the mind of Epi Thatcher. The dude. Oh,
Yeah,
that's another
yeah.
thing too. Like there was a drug called Grendel too, right? And the drug.
That's
called,
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
remember
forgot
that, right?
man.
Like it forced
I haven't
you.
read. I haven't read these. Like, dude, I haven't read these. I think
I'm
in like
I'm
20,
slowly
30
remembering
years.
this while we're talking about it. But
Right.
Quick question: is the Grendel Tales omnibus collecting all those stories?
yes, it
Okay.
does. Yeah. Grendel Tales was the reprint of all this shit, kind of like Marvel Tales, where it was all Spider-Man.
So
right?
you know what I'm doing right now, right?
You searching for it?
Yeah, of course.
I'm shopping. I'm doing what we keep giving shit to Chris. I'm shopping.
well, Epi Thatcher,
yeah.
like he was fucking taking way too much Grendel. You know what I'm saying? Like way too much.
Yeah.
He was like your boy who did fucking Cerebrus. You know, he just did he was doing way too much acid, and he had to be hospitalized because you know.
Well, he has some schizophrenia issues too. It looks like.
Well, apparently,
and
acid totally helps that out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. Yup, bingo.
So yeah, like so, Epi Thatcher, like was this his mind was fucking baked, fried, and served up on a fucking platter, dude. It was gone, right?
Yeah.
And this is all shit he was hallucinating, you know, in between, like fucking tormenting the fuck out of this vampire televangelist.
Yeah. And you really want to, and the thing is you know, it's like it's a very peculiar hero because he's not exactly a hero, but he's fucking up the people that you want to see fucked up.
He's Deadpool. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the modern Deadpool right there. You know?
Right.
But even Epi Thatcher isn't immune from being destroyed, you know, in the Grendel universe. And I love this one too, dude. Sean K. Snyder. I've never heard of. Oh, from John K. Snyder, 1995.
Oh wow,
like, that shit is fucking awesome, dude.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Do they have any of the canvas covers in there? Because those are what I remember most from that run.
They should. I don't know if that's the thing though. I don't know if Matt Wagner actually did his stuff on canvas. I thought he painted all on illustration board.
He would, dude, on some of those covers, he would put shit like old springs and stuff, and you could see big glops of paint. Like I don't know if have you ever seen like a Van Gogh in real life? They're like 3D.
I'm about to find out.
They're 3D.
Yeah.
Like he glopped so much paint on the canvas that they're literally like coming out at you.
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing with his covers, with his canvas cover.
This is the detective that killed Christine Sparr's boyfriend. Well, the televangelist turned him into a vampire, you know?
Yep. Like a half metal head.
Yeah, but this guy, he like that's another thing too. Like the Grendel universe, there's no character wasted. You know what I'm saying? Like every one of them is used, and I think he eventually kills Epi Thatcher. You know?
Yeah, and I think you're right. If I remember correctly.
But not before he torments the fuck out of this preacher, dude. Like fucking. This is so awesome, dude.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, that's it. Fucking, I love it. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I thought that was that looked like the Kingdom Come guy. It's not though. It's not him.
Oh, Alex Ross. Yeah. It kind of does, doesn't it?
Check that out.
You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If I'm on eBay, I have like a Matt Wagner Grendel Tales Omnibus 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
In my thing, and the price is charging me in Canadian money, $66.66
for both. Like,
yeah.
Is that good or is that bad?
Plus 50. Yeah, but it's just, dude, $66.66.
That's awesome. 666.
Yeah.
That's very metal.
This all leads into my all-time favorite Grendel, right? Grendel Warchild, you know? And here's the thing, like before, like there was any like PC culture or anything like that, like any type of woke culture.
Yeah.
Like Matt Wagner has huge sex scenes. They have things in there where, women are being abused. You know why he has that in there? Because that's what it's like in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Grendel shows
wants
that
to disturb you.
Life isn't fucking a bowl of cherries. You know, it's a bowl of cherries that are packed with razor blades. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And so here's the
The
thing:
world's going
like
to be a very bad place.
when he did Grendel Warchild, he made it to where the sovereign fucking what is his name, dude? Oh God, hold on, I'm looking in the art.
You see,
see
I
if it's
stopped
in
reading
here.
like before this came out. What year
Yeah.
was this?
I,
'Cause didn't he take a break from Grendel for like a while and then he came back to it?
well, what happened was he lost the rights. Like it went through Comico, and when
Oh,
Comico crashed, even though Comico, like everybody owned their own stuff with Comico,
Right.
like you own your own IPs. When Comico went in the gutter, they brought everybody's IPs with them. So you had to get a lawyer and fight for your IPs through the
That's
bankruptcy court. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
fucked up.
That was one of the pitfalls of teaming up with a publisher, you know, back then.
That
But
sucks. But he obviously got it back.
he did, but in the meantime, while he was fighting for that, he was doing Mage, you know.
Yeah. I remember
Well,
that book.
anyway, so Grendel Warchild was created. Well, the Sovereign here created Grendel Warchild because he was like a futurist. He would see into the future and he'd be like, you know, this shit's not gonna last. It's gonna come down on us. We're gonna be fucked. And at this point, Grendel isn't a person. Grendel is a fucking. It's like society is Grendel. You know what I'm saying? Like they have different fractions of Grendel. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, that's interesting.
now his wife got pregnant with his son, right? The heir, right? And she transferred the baby to him, and he carried the baby, like the heir, his heir himself, right? And he gave birth to his heir. You know, it's this crazy shit that Matt Wagner was trying to illustrate for the future of how things would be as far as genetics and shit like that. When men, they couldn't necessarily get pregnant, but they were kind of like seahorses, you know, where seahorses would transfer the offspring to the male and the male will carry him the term, you know?
Right.
And so anyway, so he did that. And once the heir was born, he had Grendel Warchild created to protect the heir to the throne, you know? And I don't know how he got away with this, but he gave Grendel Warchild lightsabers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, lightsabers are like fucking laser swords. They had those in novels, like space opera novels.
But dude, Grendel Warchild was the ultimate dude. That in fact, the Devil's Odyssey is all about Grendel Warchild. You know what I'm saying? Like the end of civilization, and Grendel Warchild is the only thing that survived, right?
Dude, giving me a boner.
You know, funny fact, it was supposed to be laser sword, right? Or they tried many names, but because they existed before, that's why they had to do lightsaber.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I don't think they have the rights to it because they had a movie that was released right before Star Wars that completely mocked Star Wars and actually stole a bunch of the tropes from Star Wars, including lightsabers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Star Crash?
I
love that movie. Yeah. That's based on the adventures. That's based on a comic book or a comic script.
And Sim, you're gonna love
Adventures
this.
of Stella Star.
Yeah, those Bisley. Yeah,
Simon Bisley did most of the covers for Grendel Warchild. Like this is number one. Grendel Warchild.
Oh man, how did I
one.
never even hear of this?
Dude, yeah, Grendel Warchild number one was done like almost all the covers for Grendel Warchild was done by Simon Bisley. Yeah.
What year, dude? What year was this?
I think this was in the 90s. Yeah, 93. 93 this all just came out. Yeah. And
that's around the time, I was like
now Simon Bisley didn't do the interiors and neither did Matt Wagner. Okay, so the rough layouts and the pages were done by Pat McCohen, you know. And dude, I really like this art that he did. And it's some of the shit, like they had whole issues where it was just silent, you know, with very few like dialogue lines, but the story was still incredible, you know.
Well, to me, that is the mark of a true great comic book writer. Yeah, is if you can just show don't tell.
This is another thing too, like in some of the 1 through 4 limited series. This is all in the 90s, by the way. Like none of this crosses into the 2000s. Like he had this super warrior Grendel, and she's a chick, right?
Yeah, but she looks like the Lobo's daughter.
Yeah.
The cool one.
Yeah. And like she's also a lesbian, you know what I'm saying? And she was
Very
banging
heavy metal.
the prince's sister, you know?
Good for her.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. But look at this, dude. Look at this. Like this
I
was
know.
so indie. It was so cool and indie.
I know.
Like this is almost like Bernie Wrightson's type of. This
It
reminds
is.
me of
That
Bernie
reminds
I was
me of-
thinking that
Wrightson's type of look.
too.
The guy from The Spirit there, what's his name?
Who is that? That's
Well, Bill Eisner.
yeah. Yeah. But dude, I got these books. I'm telling you, I treasure every. Oh, this is what I was talking about. This is the backup story in those Grendel limited series that they put out back in the day, right back in the 90s. And this consisted of maybe a 2 or 3 page backup story in each one of the limited series, right? And then they collected it into a trade paperback. I got the trade paperback because some of those limited series it wasn't worth getting those 2 or 3 pages. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't that good.
Yeah.
So this is Matt Wagner saying, "Let me show you what I got." You know what I'm saying? Because he painted every page. You know what I'm saying? Like look at his color. This is him like pulling all his stops out, just fucking total color theory, you know, fucking design, all that shit, dude. And
That's awesome.
He created a few characters like this Grendel right here and these sisters, right? And this dude's like a bad motherfucker. Like he's got a penis cup right there, like you know, and
Cod piece.
yeah, he's got a cod piece and it opens up so you could pee, you know, and shit like that.
Well, it makes sense,
But,
man. If you know, I mean, if you're gonna be like a street fighter or something
But
like
they
that, you
have
wanna
one
protect
where
your
that comes
junk.
off and he's just got this long schlong. Like, it's the ground, like it's crazy. But
Suddenly
yeah,
it's like
here's the
Den.
sisters.
Den of
Yeah,
Earth.
exactly. I think that's exactly what he stole it from. You know, with Den of Earth. But here's the sisters, and dude, like, look at these painted pages. Like, this is crazy, dude. And
Yeah, it's beautiful.
here's a scene that I love, and that's another thing too. Like, whenever Matt Wagner does a story, oh, this is the prince all grown up, you know, and he's a crackhead, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's in this white palace. And it's and this is Matt Wagner painted all this, dude. And I don't know. I know this looks simple, but from a painter's point of view, this shit is difficult as fuck to pull off, dude. You know?
I believe you.
And yeah, dude, like it goes crazier and
A
crazier.
virtuoso, man.
Now, one thing people don't know is that all of this leads up to the Batman Grendel Warchild crossover.
Really?
You know? Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
because when
shit.
he disappears at the end of the series, he reappears
In
here.
Gotham.
Yeah, you know, and I don't know if he intended it to be that way, but it just fucking.
Or it could have just fallen into place. You know,
And
I
this
mean,
right here?
it does happen.
This is a Matt Wagner painting. Like this isn't
Wow.
an illustration. This is a painting. Like it
Nice.
looks. At first, I was like, is that an illustration or is that? You know,
It's
did
got
he
kind of
just
like an
black
art-
line that motherfucker? No, dude. There's paint strokes, like brush strokes in here.
No shit.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. And this
It's
is
like
the second
him-
issue right here. You know,
It's
the
like him
first
going
issue,
back to
second.
like his Art Deco style from Devil by the Deed.
And this is a Grendel Warchild statue,
Nice.
dude. If they ever did a Grendel, I'm gonna have to commission somebody to do me a custom Grendel Warchild piece.
That's
dude, 'cause
metal
that
as
motherfucker's-
fuck.
Dude, it's total. Like Matt Wagner he's a metalhead, dude. He's got to be. You know what I'm saying? To come
Yeah,
up with
man.
shit like this,
Yeah.
like this shit is nuts, dude.
Yeah. And you know, and it's interesting because you look at like his influences. He obviously was starting out with sort of like a manga style,
Yeah.
and then at some point he discovered French comics.
Here's
Mm-hmm.
okay now.
Right?
Exactly.
I know.
No,
That's what
I completely agree. But check this out. Besides Grendel Warchild, like that backup story that I just showed you, this
Yeah.
was one of the most impressive, not just Grendel stories, but one of the most impressive indie comics I ever came across. It's called Grendel Tales, 4 Devils, 1 to Hell, you know? And
Looking it
dude,
up now.
they have some
getting that shit.
iconic fucking like dialogue in that fucking book, dude. Like it's they're trying to bring back. They found the skull of Hunter Rose, right?
Uh-huh.
And they think Hunter Rose is going to be reborn into this kid, you know? And it's crazy, dude. Like, and Matt Wagner does some of the covers, but the whole book is painted by a painter that Matt Wagner picked, and that's his work right there. And this dude is fucking crazy good, dude.
What's the name of this again?
the book's actually written Christensen, and
Really?
it's Grendel Tales, Four Devils, One Hell. Yeah.
Okay, quick question for you. Here in volume 2 of the omnibus, okay,
Mhm.
it says that it collects Devil's Choice, Homecoming, Devil's Choice, the Devil May Care, and the Devil's Apprentice.
That's
Does that
all.
mean?
That's all the 1 through 4 series. I don't know if they're going to have the backups, the Grendel Warchild backup story, but
But
I think
that's volume 2. I'm asking you volume 2 to know if I'm gonna have everything if I buy volume 1 and volume 2.
fuck, dude. You know what? I haven't even seen those omnibus. I haven't. I have no idea. Like, I'm an original issue guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you sure are,
and
dude.
Tim,
Did
just
you?
so that you know, like most of the time, you can find all the Grendel books in a dollar bin. And I'm not fucking around. Like they're
Yeah.
so underappreciated. Like with the exception of the first appearance of Hunter Rose, that one,
Yeah.
I got that one in a trade, and I think it's like a $400 or $500 book right now.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
I usually get, and it's signed by Matt Wagner
Oh,
with a Is that the
Yeah.
one I got? Like
Don't
Matt
sell
Wagner
that.
doodled a Grendel inside of
Oh,
one of them.
definitely don't sell that.
I think that one, the one that
It has
he
a doodle in it.
Yeah,
I
that
love
one.
when people do that.
That one was, I think that's my Grendel number 1. Like the Hunter. Here's the deal. The first appearance of Hunter Rose was in Comico Primer number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got
Oh,
that one signed by
wow. I think I
Matt
remember
Wagner,
that.
and it's in
No
perfect condition.
shit.
Yeah,
No shit.
yeah. And the first issue of Grendel Devil by the Deed was a 1 through 4 series about Hunter Rose, right? And at the end of that, on that third issue, he dies. He gets killed by the Ard Wolf, And the thing about that, like Matt Wagner was like, I don't want to do a superhero book. I want to do an extremely evil motherfucker, ninja motherfucker, but I want him to be beautiful, like a really pretty person, like he had, like this
He sort of
pretty
looks like a
male,
crow.
And he said, but the hero, I want the hero to be this grotesque Ard Wolf, right? And see how that would play out, And that's what Hunter Rose was all about. Like Hunter Rose was always supposed to be a disposable character. Like the Grendel character was always supposed to be disposable. It was supposed to be a one and done type of deal.
Yeah.
But he kept going with the Grendel mythos after that,
Yep.
And that's where all of this came from.
Right.
So yeah, like this is from what is this? Is this from Homecoming or is it from, I think Homecoming is this right here. No, that's the Devil's Choice. Okay. I don't know what you see, they had so many of these mini series that were put out by Dark Horse.
Yeah.
That I honestly have no idea, dude.
Can't keep track of that shit, right?
Yeah,
but you know
read
what?
them, but
Thanks for bringing thanks for busting this book out, because you know what? This is definitely
dude. If we're gonna talk Matt Wagner, we're gonna talk Matt Wagner. This is the last issue of Four Devils, One Hell. That's the cover to the last issue of Four Devils, One Hell, and that's the skull of Hunter Rose.
Interesting.
Like,
Well, you see, that's the thing. The first the first omnibus says it starts with the first Grendel tells short story from Grendel number 40. It collects devil worship. Then it collects the Four Devils, One Hell, Devil's Hammer, the Devils in Our Midst, and Devil's Death. So
so the omnibus only collects the limited series that were put out by Dark Horse. It doesn't collect like the original comical version, like issues and the Christine Spar, but like I said, dude, with the exception of the Comico Primer and the Hunter Rose Devil by the Deed 1 through 4, all those other issues you could probably get, dude. You could probably buy the whole lot for like $100. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I mean, like they're in the dollar bin. Nobody cares about these issues.
That's the thing is, me, I'm the type of I'd rather have the trade paperback or collected edition in my library next to my desk that I can just pick.
I'm with you, but I don't think they're that appreciated. Where people were even Like they were like, oh, we got to collect this into a trade paperback. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm checking those two omnibus. They look tempting.
yeah. No, do it, dude. Let me know what if they got any extra content, because if they do, I'll probably get it. You know,
I gotta see where I'm like when am I getting my Indiegogo disbursement? Most of that's going to you, by the way, Preston.
that's right. All of it is mine.
Pay-
You know,
you
you have to get those books
paid.
printed, though, right? You know, you got to pay to have those printed, though, right?
Yeah.
Before you start paying people out.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean,
Yeah, this is a gallery, dude. This is
I gotta pay
badass.
you. I gotta send you something
Holy shit.
because so up until now I've been paying Preston in like old comic books and action figures and shit.
Dude, check this out. A Frank Miller Grendel. Christine's Bar Grendel.
Oh,
Yeah, that's when Frank Miller was decent. Yeah.
oh man, Frank Miller was the goat.
Paul Pope. P. Craig Russell.
Nice. Oh wow. But you want to talk about artists that really grew?
Eric Powell, dude. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, of course,
Yes,
the Goon
yes.
guy.
The
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Look at that. That's fucking badass. That's a Grendel
Yeah,
one
I
shot
know.
by Eric Powell.
I was
Yeah.
looking at it right now, like
That's
oh,
badass.
geez.
Oh, Travis Claris. Get the fuck out of here.
I want to buy them so bad, but I'm gonna wait a bit because, dude, I just ordered the Full Circle 2 by Bisley.
Yeah. Dude, Sim, if I got extras, I probably don't. I'll look and see if I got any extras and I'll send them to you, you know. But yeah, dude, I know I got 2 issues of and I always keep 2 issues of the first issue of any series that I collect within reason. Like, of course, I can't afford 2 issues of Grendel
Because you
#1.
fucking sold me out. I want that shit.
Yeah. No.
It's
As soon as we get off the air, I'm going and busting open some long boxes
I might have
and,
to glue this back.
and looking for the ones that I have and seeing where my.
You got Grendels?
Oh, dude, a bunch. A
No
bunch.
way, dude! If you got any
Yeah.
from the Devil by the Deed, we got to talk, because I'm still looking for 2 and 3, and those fuckers are way expensive. Yeah,
I'll see what I got, man. I'll see what I got. On that note, I am going to have to boogie. And,
yeah, me too. I'm at
And
that,
but really quickly, I wanted to say, I forgot who it was, but I think it was one of y'all recommended the Immortal Hulk.
yeah, I did. Yeah, that's a good series, dude.
It's fucking
Yeah.
amazing. I can't
Yeah.
believe that
What-
came out.
it doesn't
like-
stay
Mark
amazing,
Silvestri, yeah.
yeah,
It goes off the deep end, like
Yep.
it goes
like, against SJW.
like
It's,
woke? Yeah, like what's your boy Butch Cleaver said? That dude had to woke the fuck up. He's gonna lose his
Well,
goddamn job.
And
Right.
the worst thing
Right.
wasn't it? It was Silvestri, then followed by Wild Potato, then it went fucking a-hole.
No, not the Immortal Hulk. The Immortal
No?
Hulk was that was whoever that dude was fucking incredible, but his style was so fucking horrifying, dude.
Yeah, it was
Like,
like a horror
Immortal
comic.
Hulk?
Yeah.
That was the whole approach was let's like do the Hulk as a horror comic.
Dude, like even when he's smiling and you see his face in there and he's just like,
Yeah,
it's
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 malefic.
fucking horrifying, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's-
yeah. I mean, like
you
a
know?
really scary monster.
They said
That
in
will
issue
do-
1, like he turns a dude into a pretzel. You know, like,
Huh.
and like the whole time he's looking at him, like smiling at him, and the way the dude does his eyes and fucking his grin, it's just
Oh.
fucking
But also, there's that one side of the Hulk that you never see in the movies.
yeah.
That always like made that character very endearing to me, and that's the sad side of the Hulk,
Yeah.
right? And there's that one page where the Hulk's just like, "Why Hulk have to hurt always, all the time?" And he starts crying and shit. Oh,
In the Immortal Hulk?
fantastic!
I don't
Yeah.
even,
In
I'm
the
not
Immortal Hulk, yeah, there's that one scene, and I just loved it because it's very brief, and he
Yeah.
places it in exactly the right point in the
dude,
story.
that was a brilliant book, dude. And it outsold everything Marvel had at the time, you know, and then
It was a real comic. It was a real comic book.
exactly, but then they
Had to
woke the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that part, man. I'm not
like I think
because I'm
he's-
about like 15 issues in.
what's it?
For-
It was either the Butch Cleaver guy or it was Eddie that was telling me about it. He said that I think it was a Butch Cleaver guy. Like I'm gonna have to add him to the Doc Salem chat.
Hell yeah.
But the group. But he said, yeah, dude, it was fucking phenomenal. And then an issue came out where it wasn't phenomenal. It was woke the fuck up. And
Well, there was like
he was like, well,
one
that's okay. Let me see what the
dialogue.
next issue's like. And then the
Yeah.
next issue was woke the fuck up. It was like, don't put this on my pull list anymore. You know, this is done.
That's so sad, man. I mean, can you imagine what it's like working as an artist in that atmosphere? How stifling it must be. How you have to second guess everything that you do.
Yeah,
That they
but
have
here's
to
the
take.
deal. Like,
These
if you got a book,
busybodies, these snitches, are like taking up that space in your head.
but here's the thing. Like, if you have a book that's actually making money for the company, don't fuck with the creative team. You know what I'm saying? Leave them do what they do.
They have to, but they have to. They have no other choice.
That's fucked up.
Why?
I just don't
Why?
get it.
Twitter.
Yeah, I guess. I
If
don't
they had
know.
just put them on ignore like they should have from
Yeah.
day one.
Okay, let's just say it. It's penis envy.
It is. Yeah. I got a big penis.
I don't know what the fuck it is. Well, yeah, you're Brazilian, dude. You got like a python. I talked Sim Preston. I talked about your dicks and my dick and found it in the comics.
You're a sick
interviews.
fuck. You're a
Just
sick
so you
fuck.
know.
Okay.
I've
Love
never seen that
y'all.
interview. I got to check
Later,
that
Brian.
interview out. You know?
Peace out, J Dog. Love
Y'all
you, Sim.
take it easy.
Love
I'm
you,
out of here
Preston.
too. In fact, let me just cancel the stream. We're just gonna cancel the stream.